Xbox players talk trash constantly, like they're sponsored by disappointment. Ladies, gentlemen, and variations thereupon, this is Modern Escapism. Hello, my name is Oodles, and unlike Gears of War, I am exclusive. Joining me today, people say he's a Sony pony, but to me, he's a PlayStation stallion. It's Biggie.
Sony.
Also, he's an Xbox fanboy, but he still has to blow on his controller batteries to feel alive. It's Gadget.
No, I put them on my tongue to feel alive.
And finally, she's like an Xbox achievement because nothing says success like a digital sticker for jumping off a building in a game. It's Candy.
Hello.
And Stig's not here.
Oh.
He got cancelled.
He's not here. Sacked him. We have sacked him.
You got cancelled like a Sony studio.
Oh,
He got...
ouch.
Ooh, yeah! Yes, I'm sorry about my voice, my prepubescent voice. I'm hungover and screaming, but I'll get by.
You are screaming, which is good for Pride Month.
It's becoming, baby. It's becoming a theme that I'm hungover on these episodes every 2 weeks.
You should maybe go out less.
No, it's because we do this every 2 weeks now, and I go out every 2 weeks.
It's a Pride Month already.
The fucking delay getting down to Biggie.
I was just thinking, has that come round again already? Blimey.
Yes, it's June.
Air out the mankini, Biggie. It's time to go out.
Biggie's like, when's straight pride? We need a straight pride. Pride Month's a great month.
Yeah,
Love
it's fun.
I just can't believe it's here so quick.
I always enjoy it when corporations go, "Hey, Happy Pride Month," when like the rest of the year they're not totally like stamping down on LGBT people.
Yeah. For this month only, we will be instituting DEI. Just for this month only.
Just for this month only. So that means you're gone at the end of the month, then, Noodles, does it?
You won't make it past probation. Oh, but yes. How are you guys feeling this week?
Yeah, I'm alright. It's been a short week for me. I had the Monday off, had the Friday off. 3 days of chaos in the middle of it.
Same here, actually.
Yeah.
I managed to break out of hermit mode. I actually went out the other day, but you'll hear about that in a minute. But I've left my house.
It won't be a minute, will it?
No.
Are you
Let's be real. It'll be an hour and a half.
Are you all geared up for Switch 2 on Friday, Noodles?
Mate, I can't. Thursday? It comes out on Thursday.
Is it Thursday? I thought it was the 6th that came out.
5th.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, Currys are bringing it, so I'll probably get it on the 6th.
What's it launching with?
What's it launching with? Everything.
such as?
I don't know, some Nintendo games.
Yeah, but like, specifically.
The one I've got is Mario Kart.
You didn't...
World. But, fuck knows, that's it. Who fucking cares?
The new Switch.
Who cares? I'm going to buy that little demo that shows you around the console. And
no, you're fucking not. You'll be furious.
Yes,
spend the tenner on that.
Yeah, I am. I need to learn what it can do. I'm going to review
that different than the Switch 1.
I'm going to review it.
Cannot wait for that.
It's like my last Switch, but it's bigger.
20% switchier.
I'm going to see how strong these magnets are and how quick it takes to break the bastards. Not a good idea that they've put like magnets on it, in my opinion. Someone with ADHD constantly just popping off as
Yeah.
Is that a worldwide launch on that date as well? So I wonder how all the servers and everything will cope with that.
I mean, given how flaky Nintendo's online servers are, they'll probably die for a week or so.
I didn't know they had any servers. I thought it was just one bloke doing a telephone thing, popping them.
Did you ever play multiplayer on Mario Maker 2? Fuck me, that was awful. It was so laggy.
I don't think I've played anything apart from couch co-op multiplayer on a Nintendo thing. It's just, no. No, mate. But it is launching with I can play Twilight Princess. Play that. And Soul Calibur 2. All new games.
I mean, Soul Calibur 2 is fun. I wouldn't play Twilight Princess. I didn't like that game.
Not Twilight Princess. I'm thinking of the wrong one. The cartoon one.
Oh, Wind Waker.
Wind Waker.
Wind Waker.
Isn't that the good one?
That's
Wind
the
Waker's
good one
great.
with the little when he's doing stuff with his little. Doesn't he have a wand or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
A
one.
wand in a little boat like a dragon.
Which I haven't played since the GameCube, so I'm looking forward to that. But look, I'm just swept up by the hype. Anyway, speaking of,
I might pick up a
swept
Switch
up.
One, actually. They'll be cheap.
I've got one.
I'll buy it.
Do you want it?
Yeah, I'll
You
buy
can
it
have
off you.
it, mate. You can fucking have it. I'm not going to get much for it. I'm going to get like a quid.
I'll give you a quid for it.
It's a Switch Lite.
I'll give you 2.
Ooh. Now we're talking.
Come at me, bro.
No. If I did, my daughter would absolutely kill you.
I, however, do have a
just-
Switch that I'll sell you for cheap, so I'll talk
Oh,
to you later
sweet.
about it.
Lovely.
Yeah, she does. She's just literally got into Animal Crossing.
Oh, yeah, don't do
It's
that.
the cutest thing ever. Because she doesn't realise, she hasn't clicked on yet that every day is different and something happens. And every morning she's running going, oh my God. And it's cute.
Oh, and she gets to learn about mortgages and disaster capitalism.
Well, she's learnt about that because she saw her mummy and daddy crying some nights over mortgages.
Yeah, but that's old news oodles.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Speaking of old news, oh, he did it. He teed me up. It's time for Biggie's breaking news. We've done this for far too long.
Why, what we doing?
You may already know, but he doesn't, because it's time for Biggie's Breaking News.
Microsoft's Xbox handheld has reportedly been sidelined as it focuses on third-party portable devices. Yes.
Yeah, why
There was a
wouldn't
big
it?
tease about one coming out,
Makes
and
sense.
now there's a tease of it not coming out for a while.
No point.
They,
Game Pass
gonna-
works on everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty
you,
much.
you literally just have like a G Cloud streaming device, can't you now?
Well, all the rumors
Oh,
had suggested that Asus were going to release a version of the ROG Ally, which is like Xbox branded, and that would be enough. Because
Yeah,
Game
why
Pass
not?
works on the ROG Ally.
Stick an Xbox sticker on it.
That's exactly what they'd be doing.
Yeah. I mean, it works.
It says
Why not?
they've sidelined the development of its long-teased first-party handheld gaming device as it focuses on its attention on third-party portable opportunities, including the Asus Project Kennen, which is supposedly still due out this year.
Yeah, makes sense.
What?
Why spend the money building your own device when you can just license it out to use on other devices?
What's the project called? Project what?
Kennen.
Kennen.
Spell it.
Kennan.
Suing them. It's very close to my name. Suing
It's
them.
It's like a Scottish version of you.
Project Kenny.
Mate, that is a
Game
fucking
over.
project. That's a fucking project.
Project Kenny Gamer Boy.
Yeah, cool. I mean, no issues from me on that. I think it's a smart move. Why put money into something that someone else is
It
willing to do
just
for
did
you?
seem a bit weird, didn't it? Because they did that advertising campaign. This is an Xbox. This is an Xbox. And then it was kind of, oh, actually,
still
we'll do
didn't
our own
work.
handheld now.
Which
But
actually
no,
is an
we're not.
Xbox.
Well, no, they never actually said they were going to do their own handheld. It was just like loads of
No, they
internal
didn't.
rumors. But clearly, what they've done is they've investigated building their own handheld, realised it's really fucking expensive, when Asus have already done all the work.
And it's a potential.
It wasn't
Lose,
so much of a
isn't it?
rumour. Phil
Potential
Spencer
loss.
confirmed it.
Yeah, he confirmed they were looking
were
into
doing
it. Didn't say that they were actually
anyone's
going to do
everyone's
one.
looking into everything. I'm looking into, I don't know, driving a car. But is it going to happen? Probably not. Probably not. But yeah. I mean, Microsoft are not dumb, are they? They know what they're doing.
No, but Sony are. Because
Yeah, they
PlayStation
are.
Stars rewards program is shutting down, Sony has confirmed.
Oh, I knew you'd be
Full-
gutted about this.
The full closure will take place in November 2026, but the
Still
program
don't
won't be
fully know what it
accepting
is.
any new members effective immediately. The news has been confirmed on the PlayStation blog post, where it's revealed the firm wants to refocus its efforts after learning a lot from evaluating the types of activities our player responded best to. After you signed up to the service originally, PS5 and PS4 users were able to earn digital collectibles by completing challenges which could be displayed on their profile page. In addition, the more important one, reward points were earned from buying digital games on the PS Store, which could be exchanged for full games or PS Store credit.
But how much?
Not a lot. You have to spend a lot. You have to spend a lot of money on games
to get a lot.
I was going to say you actually utilised it though, didn't you, Biggie?
Yeah, because all you had to do was it would give you what it called campaigns every month, and it would say, we've released these games on PlayStation Plus. Play one of them, you get 50 points. All right, cool. I'll load it up. Loaded it up, shut it down, uninstall, done.
Yes, but you're still paying for PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, because I use PlayStation Plus.
So to you, it's a bonus rather than just an incentive.
Yeah, because it basically meant if I just literally they gave me a game, I loaded it up, and I got 50 points for doing exactly.
But the removal of that incentive, will that stop you buying PlayStation Plus?
Not at all. But as I say, I got credit,
why they've decided to get rid of it.
I just got another £5 off them.
Yeah, £5, mate. No one's knocking.
I've probably in total got about 25, 30 quid off them since they started.
No one's knocking that. I'm just saying
that's what I'm saying. It's annoying because if you did buy a game,
you're not gonna not get PS Plus. Still, they're probably thinking exactly the same. They're seeing analytics and going, no one uses this.
But the other problem is that if you did buy games, which I did digitally, and that was the way that they've basically been going technically, as we've all said before, everyone's going digital pretty much, you would get points for that as well. So that is
probably lost hundreds of pounds.
It's a bit like a rewards card, like you would in Sainsbury's, all that kind of, exactly the same thing. So if they're taking that away, I hope they bring something back.
Didn't Nintendo take theirs away as well?
Yeah, well, no, Nintendo stopped the gold coins thing ahead of the Switch too. Yeah, so it was that, you know, when you plug in a cartridge and you could like claim like 50 coins off it.
Because I got a lot. That was a lot compared to other companies.
It was, yeah, and I think they kept it
a lot.
They've kept it going for the entire life cycle of the Switch, but then they've stopped it ahead of Switch 2, which, you know, fair enough. Different policy.
And I think I got 100 quid out.
Microsoft's been doing this for a long time with their rewards things. Exactly the same. Same points if you go and use things.
Isn't that to get people to go on Bing?
Do that. Yeah, and all that sort of stuff. It's a similar process.
Who the fuck's using Bing?
Me? Better than Google. These days, Google's gone to shit. It really fucking has.
Yeah, but then in a conversation, like if you're at a cocktail party, I'll say, so last night I binged
this.
When the
fuck am I at a cocktail party? That is like the least fucking possible thing that's going to happen to me. Fucking cocktail party. Maybe get pissed up in the pub, but I'm not going to be going to a fucking cocktail party. I am not that guy that goes, oh, what are you driving these days? Oh, I've got the beer.
Why not?
Candy, could you ever tell? Could you ever picture yourself saying, I binged this last night?
Not at a cocktail party, no. Not over the hors d'oeuvres.
That's just a party.
I wouldn't even say, oh, I googled this last night. I would say
you do.
I would say no. I'd say I read something last night that blew my hair back. Not I googled it, because that's when you've gone looking for information. But yeah, I understand. Yeah, I googled it as a term.
Yeah, it's better than binged it.
I binged it. It sounds like Chandler Bing.
I duck-duck-goed it. No one's doing that.
Your Perplexity AI did, because I've seen you using Perplexity.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fair. Hey, like you say, Biggie, free's free, innit? If you're getting free stuff for your time, why not?
If they take it away, it's fine. It was a stupid way to make
it's an annoyance
points by doing exactly what I said we used to do, because you just think, what's the point of this? But I get points for it. Well, and they probably thought, why are we offering that campaign? That's ridiculous. And people did it.
So what's the date of this?
November next year.
I think it's November it ends, but the actual
You need to pile into it this year then, mate. Pile into it.
Oh, no, I'm not bothered. I've already got
rookie
out of
numbers.
It
Get them up.
So I'm fine. Tell you what, though.
Cool.
If money's an issue, it's not for Randy Pitchford. Real fans will find a way to buy $80 games, says Borderlands boss. Someone stop him, please.
This is fucking chaotic.
Directly to Gear boss Randy Pitchford on X, or Twitter, whatever you want to fucking call it. One fan pleaded with the executive not to charge $80 for the up-and-coming Borderlands 4 game. This followed consternation within publisher 2K Games and parent company Take-Two about whether it'll increase the prices or not. Not my call, he said, before controversially adding, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. Wow. How well do you think that went?
So, I hate Randy Pitchford, so I'm very...
Quite rightly.
I can't be impartial on this, but is he the CEO of Gearbox?
Yes.
So he does have a say in what the retail price will be.
He's trying to pitch it as it's the publisher that defines the price, not the developer.
Not at all. Not at all. That's not how a chief executive officer works. They can dictate the cost.
At the very least, at the very least, he could have that conversation.
Yes. He can say,
he
look
told
at the
us a very
optics.
sad
It doesn't
story
look good.
about how he acquired Starflight for the Sega Genesis by flogging ice cream on Pismo Beach.
Oh, so he already lived in California anyway and had a really good upbringing.
Relatable.
Yeah, sure. We all grew up in California, Randy, you prick.
California.
Anyway, times have changed since the 40s. Christ.
They'd only just colonised California. They'd just won it off of Mexicans.
Isn't Pismo Beach where Bugs Bunny was trying to get to?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Albuquerque. So then he did try to sort this out by saying, on one level, we've got a competitive marketplace where the people that make those choices want to sell as many units as possible, and they want to be careful about people that are price sensitive, he explained. There are some folks who don't want to see prices go up, even the ones deciding what the prices are. There are other folks accepting the reality that game budgets are increasing, and there's tariffs for the retail packaging. It's getting gnarly out there, folks. I'll put that bit in. You guys, Borderlands 4 has more than twice the development budget for Borderlands 3. More than twice. So the truth is, I don't know what the price is going to be, he said.
He does.
He then went on.
So he didn't
no one's stopping him.
Well, so that second statement came out as a kind of when the lawyers had clearly told him, apologise.
Can't say this, Randy.
But it was just another Twitter thread after people were shouting at him.
Oh, dear.
So then, in his latest social media post, Pitchford wrote the word free, R-F-E-E, 4 times, each time in block caps. He said, for our real fans who may be cost sensitive, the very awesome and incredibly fun smashing hit video game Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is free this week on the Epic Game Store, Pitchford wrote. Please enjoy this free gift by grabbing your free copy here. Free.
So he's a child then as well.
For our real fans who may be cost sensitive, what a condescending piece of shit he is.
And I'm assuming he's a millionaire, right?
Multi-millionaire, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, what's his net worth?
When can we operate defund Pitchford campaign?
We start it right now if you want.
Well, some people have started because some of the comments, as you can imagine, from the fans.
People are going to boycott his game now. I can tell you,
you don't
right
get
now.
to just walk back being incredibly tone deaf to the world around you. We are out here struggling, Randy, one player said. Whilst another wrote, dude, you need to shut up already. No reason games should be $80, especially if there's anything like 3 or that shit-ass excuse of a movie.
Which you enjoyed, Diggy.
Anyway, if he's saying, you'll find a way to play it, you'll find it. Yeah, I can think of one way to play it without paying $80.
Yeah, pirate.
Sail in the seas.
So Randy Pitchford, because he owns Gearbox, his net worth is around about $300 million.
Oh, so he's not skint then, is he?
No. Probably in cash terms, he probably himself has a couple of $1 million. But yeah, because of the value of Gearbox, he's the
so if he's that rich, what's his excuse for his poor wardrobe?
I was going to say, I bet he's price sensitive when it comes to hiring people.
Yeah, I bet he's ouch. Yeah, I'm done with that man. I was done with him years ago.
I was saying you were done with him fucking when Borderlands 2 came out.
Yeah, I'm fucking done. I'm done.
But look, as always, if the game reviews really well, I will pick it up. I won't buy it full price.
£80.
It's not going to stop me if it's that good a game, because other people have put their work into it, not just him.
That is true.
I like Borderlands games. I even liked 3. I loved Tiny Tina. I thought it was great. I'm just now going to wait till it's not full price.
Yeah.
Do the Ubisoft method.
Yeah, give it 2 weeks. It'll crash.
Give it 2 weeks, baby.
Exactly.
Give it 2 weeks. Well, you're not going to miss out on an award-winning story, are you?
I wouldn't have thought so.
You're going to have a good gameplay experience, but you can have that 2 weeks later.
Yeah, absolutely.
Job done.
Yeah.
Job done.
When everyone else is playing it.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah. Caught that straight then. Yeah, next. Enough. He's had enough airtime.
Over to the world of film and TV, and 2 films that will eventually get released but have been delayed is Marvel's next 2 adventure films. they've been pushed
No one
back.
shocked.
I was talking to Stig about this. I think it's got something to do with the reaction to Thunderbolts and the reaction to Captain America: Brave New World. One was universally hated. One was universally loved.
And they thought it would be the other way around.
They thought it'd be the other way around. And I think they've gone, oh, we need more of that, less of that. Because I think Captain America: Brave New World's the worst Marvel film I've ever seen.
Wow.
But also Thunderbolts is caught in that same way that like Winter Soldier caught, in the way like the slightly darker Marvel movies tend to actually do really
like,
well.
Ooh. People are like, ooh. And the marketing campaign was fantastic for it. It worked. The characters bounced off each other. There was shock and suspense, and there was twists and turns, and it popped. And I reckon they've gone, step back a little bit, guys. We've got time to capitalize on this. People like these guys now.
I think also with Brave New World. I mean, regardless of the quality of the film, I think they kind of fucked it up by revealing Red Hulk in the trailers.
Mate,
that should have been a surprise for people.
Mate, it's about 5 minutes in film that happens. That's
no, but
in the film. I mean, that you get 5 minutes of it.
No, I know, but it should in the same way that like at the end of Infinity War, like no one expected the snap to actually happen.
No, that's true.
And when it does happen, it's like a holy shit, and like people
I genuinely
didn't spoil it for people.
I think Brave New World is the most disjointed and soulless film I've watched in years.
Well, even worse than Love and Thunder, because that was shite.
I think Love and Thunder has one more joke. That's it.
That's him talking to the axe, to the hammer.
It's probably the goats. Screaming goats. But yeah, oh God, both of them films are fucking toss. On Quantum Mania's terrible. But let's not get into that. But yeah, but it makes sense why. I think that it might be a conspiracy, but I think they're pushing back and going, look at this, look what we've got here. To me, that'd be smart, wouldn't it?
A little bit of a tune pivot.
Well, we've all watched the studio now, haven't we? We know what they do behind closed doors. Knee-jerk reactions to people.
That's why you can't run a studio on cocaine.
You should be able to. Next.
But well, also very quickly linked to that, forgive me if I get her name wrong, it's Tania Miller, I think, has been cast as Jocasta in Marvel's Vision series for Disney+.
Okay, that's cool. Whoever she is,
still
good character though.
that show.
Which yeah, you were good though. You were a good show.
No, I'm just saying they're pushing the Vision one. They're still obviously liking it. They haven't cancelled it, so
no. But it's obviously the follow-on from WandaVision, which was really good and different.
I liked it. I
really
did.
Smart.
Well, it wasn't technically the follow-on was Agatha all along, and that one didn't hit as hot as
yeah,
well.
that's why
It kind of didn't link to it though. That's the problem. It didn't. It wasn't. I mean, I only got 3 episodes in, and I went, "Nah, I'm out."
See, I really enjoyed it, but then I was the target audience, I think.
Goth.
Slightly witchy goth woman.
Or elder goth. Elder wine goth.
Wine
Catwoman.
goth. So, Tania Miller played Hannah Gross in The Haunting of Bly Manor.
That's right, yeah.
And
She's
Victorine Lafourcade in The Fall of the House of Usher.
Yes, I know what you
she's
mean
good in
now.
that too.
She is good.
Also, weirdly, she started in a podcast series called Watch Dogs Truth.
About the game Watch Dogs.
Yeah, I didn't realise Ubisoft were carrying on the franchise in podcast form.
Watch Dogs, what a glorious IP. Next.
Okay, so feel free to cut this out if you want to, but I thought I'd bring this up as we're all here, apart from Stig. We had some behind-the-scenes discussions about this, but I thought we'd wonder about how we continue to mention a specific series, because this is in the news.
Yep.
HBO has announced the casting for the key roles of Harry Potter, Hermione Granger and Ron Weasley. Hermione, sorry. You can tell I haven't really watched the films. But I know there's obviously a lot of discourse around the lovely author. Do Do people still want to hear this stuff about Harry
I-
Potter? Are we going to continue to mention it?
I
What
think
are we doing about
I think
this?
going forward we probably shouldn't mention it.
Nope.
I'm not going to cut this out.
I'm on agreement with that.
We probably shouldn't mention it because we all have a very standing position against J.K. Rowling and the things she stands for and says and the horrible things that she does. This one's probably a good one to be our last mention on it then, because these kids' lives are fucked.
Yep.
Yeah.
The discourse around them is going to be awful. I mean, they're already kicking off about the girl because she doesn't look like Emma Watson. It's like, she's not fucking playing Emma Watson. She's playing Hermione Granger.
She's a
think-
person of
what is-
colour, and people don't like that.
What it's worth, I think the kids look great. I think they all look bang on. My only issue is they all look a little bit old. They look like 12. I know they're only like 12 now, but when they first revealed the cast for the films, they were like 8, 9. So unless they started filming already,
I
They
think-
might have been
40 odd by the
filming.
time it's finished.
Might have been filming
They might
months
have.
ago. And
Yeah, they might have.
you
You're
never
right.
know. You never know.
it
I'm
could-
not sure.
But yes,
This is even
as
going to
a
make
stance,
it
I
to the
think,
end.
as a podcast, and I get it. People are screaming, but you did a full podcast on this. We know, and that's not disappearing. We're going to keep that up.
Well, I think
But-
the trouble is she's got worse since then.
She's got worse since then. But from now on, we've kind of had a discussion, and we're not giving any more time to bigots.
Except
Phew, I
Biggie.
misheard that for a second.
I think we're really clear on that as a team. So
And this
thoughts, please write into us. Let us know.
and this will count in also discussions of when like Hogwarts Legacy 2 comes out. Like we won't be talking
Yep.
about that, or
We won't be talking about it.
we
might say-
we
We might say, "Oh, I've been playing a game, but I don't want to talk about it." Or we've been doing. I've watched this, but I don't want to talk about it. Get what I mean? There's not. It's not just going to be. It's not going to be her stuff. There's going to be other people's stuff that we're probably going to be a bit more conscious of from now on.
yeah. However, if this show tanks in its first season and gets cancelled, we'll probably have a good laugh about it.
Yeah. There's a difference in there. Schadenfreude is real. But yeah, we've just made a stance. And again, if you've got any issues with our stance, please feel free, message us privately, any of us, and we'll discuss our reasoning in more detail. But that is that. Next.
HBO still. The Last of Us Season 2 finale audience significantly lower than the first seasons. But HBO insists it will grow significantly. Significantly in there.
Oh, editorial giggle there from
More
you,
on The
Biggie.
Last of Us later. More on that later.
Yes, same here. But yeah, there's The Last of Us Season 2 finale, which aired early on Monday, the week of this recording. Welcomed 3.7 million cross-platform viewers in the US. This figure is significantly lower than the season's opening episode, which premiered with 5.3 million same-day US cross-platform viewers.
That's low.
Compare further, if you like maths, The Last of Us first
Do.
season finale set an audience record of 8.2 million viewers on its debut. However, in a press release, HBO said it expects to see the second season finale's audience grow significantly following the Memorial Day holiday weekend, which contributed to lower viewer numbers. Additionally, the network states the second season of The Last of Us is now averaging close to 37 million global viewers per episode, with that number growing.
And nothing screams patriotism like sitting down and watching a finale from The Last of Us 2. Why will Memorial Day make a difference? I know they're not at work, but okay.
Traditionally,
Guys.
people don't watch much TV on Memorial Day because they're all out getting
Yeah,
pissed.
they're out getting fucked up.
That seems like an issue of
maybe-
poor timing on HBO's part to have like your 10-pole series for the year ending on a day when people aren't going to be in the house.
Yeah, not good.
Because I
It's
assume
like
they didn't
when-
do that last time this
I
year.
saw that trailer
last,
recently
last
for
time, last time it came out in the January and it finished in the early March.
I saw the trailer today actually on the like I'm a big fan of Stranger Things, but the finale of all finales of Stranger Things is on New Year's Eve. I'm like, well, I'm not seeing that then, am I? Because I will be fucked up for like 2 days. I'll see that
do you know what?
January 2nd.
I bet there will be families that base their New Year's Eve around that, though, because a lot of families can't afford to go out now
You can fucking drink in.
and watch Stranger
Yeah, you
Things.
still do it, but yeah,
I'm not
it
watching
does seem
telly
like-
when I'm drinking, man. Out in garden, making a barbecue, lighting fireworks off. No one's watching Stranger Things on New Year's Eve.
Trying to watch the Hootenanny here.
I'm watching Jules Holland. Not happening. But yeah. I mean, more on The Last of Us in a bit. Next.
Yes. I just lost my spot because I was doing a quick bit of editing.
I've never heard you make that noise ever.
The first Marvel DC Comics crossover in years is happening with Dead Man. I even got it wrong. Batman and Deadpool, which will be quite an interesting issue. One-shot
issue,
comics will be released.
3-part?
One for Marvel, written by Zeb Wells, and one for DC, written by Sir Grant Morrison.
Not Sir Grant Morrison.
I know. I'm just saying.
Anything Grant touches, I am on it. I think Gadget's pretty much the same. You love Grant Morrison.
Yeah, Grant Morrison's great.
However, Batman and Deadpool is not something I wanted.
I know, it's a weird one, isn't it?
It's going to be Bruce Wayne.
Batman and
Absolutely
Iron Man.
annoyed. They've done Batman and
Dead
Iron
Man and
I was
it'd
going
be
to say that's the one I'd want it.
Batpool.
The billionaire playoff,
Yeah.
They've done that. It's just Bruce Wayne's just going to get pig sick of Deadpool.
Isn't that like most of the collaborations Deadpool has? Everyone just gets sick of him.
Well, the only good Deadpool thing was when they did the zombies, where Deadpool was the only person that wasn't a zombie because he's already a fucking zombie, and he had to kill all the zombie heroes and stuff. That was fun, but I'd rather have like a Batman versus Reed Richards, like Battle of the Geniuses. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. But which would have coincided with the Fantastic Four. There should be more Fantastic Four going off, but there isn't.
No.
There's no new books at the moment of Fantastic Four, which is baffling me. I thought this year would be full of new Fantastic Four books. Nope. Strange.
Do you remember the
decision, in
old
my opinion.
video game tie-ins with movies coming out? I mean, the Fantastic Four game would be interesting.
Games take too long to make now.
Oh, I know, but just saying it, I miss the days of.
I bet you £1,000,000 there's a mobile game.
Match 3 Puzzler featuring Reed
Match
Richards.
3 Puzzler, and you'd be like, flame on every time you get a match.
Stretch.
It doesn't say stretch.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. What else can he do? He doesn't say stretch.
Reed Richards is a stoic man. He's a learned man.
Yeah, it's not going to come across in a mobile fun game, though, is it?
What's Sue Storm going to say?
Clear and invisible.
Rumble.
Fuck knows. But yeah, sure. Next.
Biggie's bullet points. Sam4 Interactive, the social media, put out an interesting post. It said, 33 days ago, we released Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Since then, we've sold 3.3 million copies. Seriously, as of today. We couldn't make that up. Another entry on the long list of surreal moments that your support has made real. Thank you all.
That was
What
so
was
good
that?
for them.
What was that? Jim Carrey film? Was that number 33
13.
or something? Oh, was it?
Yeah.
He kept seeing a number, didn't he? And he was like,
No,
I've seen that one.
good on them. It's weirdly serendipitous that happened, but yeah, it's fantastic.
I'm genuinely actually feel proud of them.
Yeah, good
they're
lads.
my ones to watch at the moment. I can't wait for the next. It's going to be a few years now, but their next project, and I hope it's in the Claire Obscure world, because I think Claire Obscure is their Final Fantasy name.
I think you're absolutely right.
And the hyphen's going to be something else. And if they're clever, that's what they'll do.
Yeah, well, because it can give them
School Trip 34.
Well, no, because Claire Obscure means light and dark, so they can have so many different themes around that.
Just a light and dark saga. Do you know what I mean? Just keep going for 15 games for the next 15 years or whatever. I'm up for that.
I think they do need to credit their success down to Happiness Manager Manuku, though.
Oh, 100%.
He is the best boy.
Minoko's the boy. He's the absolute boy.
Rich Keeble, who does the voice of the character Manuku in the game, he put a picture when they went to the launch party. He was like sat there giving scratches to Manuku, and
Minoko's and the Minokos.
Yeah, all I could think was, I really hope he followed that dog around, voicing him the entire time, offering people fights.
I've got a little update to that, actually.
Candy's made mates with him, haven't you?
Yeah.
I was about to say, he's taken 2 of my paintings. He took it because he voiced Francois as well, so he's getting Francois.
Are you
too.
in Rich Item now?
I think that might be a proposal. I think it might be.
Is he your boyfriend?
Don't know.
He's a ginger as well, isn't he?
He's ginger. We attract our own.
Bringing the gingers back.
I'm really worried now what's going to happen when you give me my painting.
She's allowed multiple husbands.
Exactly. I already have multiple.
Legit stalker.
No, I played it very.
Can that be a job title?
Did you?
Cool.
Oh no, yeah, you played it cool with him because you were screaming to us.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, she was like,
I had to get that
yes,
out
you can have
first.
me paintings. Do you want a tit pic as well?
Might have accidentally slipped that in there.
Monoco like.
There'll be tits. Yeah, there will be tits. Good.
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 Moving swiftly on, I'll do the next bit. Dragon Quest XI surpasses 8.5 million copies sold.
Just
becomes
deserved.
the best-selling entry in the series. The long-running
I think it's
RPG
'cause I've bought
series
it that many times.
has collectively sold over 93 million units across its various titles.
All
Good
I'm
IP, that, innit?
all I'm hearing is that it's taken like 9 years for that to sell 8.5 million copies. It took Expedition 33 days to sell 3.3 million. I think Expedition 33 might be better than Dragon Quest 11.
No.
No, you did say it was.
I did say it
Yeah.
was.
What did I say afterwards?
Recency
Then it was
bias.
days
back
after.
again.
Recency bias. Because I started playing Dragon Quest 11 again just to double check. Yeah.
Double check.
Dragon Quest 11. Just.
I think you should go back to Expedition 33 just for a baseline comparison.
I think I might. Just keep trying until
You've got to work out if that dodge button exists.
It is a bit like Sophie's Choice because I love them both very dearly. Which child do I murder?
Do you think, and this might just be wishful thinking, do you think we might get a DLC announcement at the Jeffs?
That might be a
Yes.
bit early on that. I think maybe.
No, I genuinely think
the
we will.
Jeff Awards maybe, yeah.
Oh, no, I was going to say the Summer Games Jeffs.
I think
More on that later.
I think that might be too early because, like I said, the game will have been out for like 8 weeks at that point.
Yeah.
And they've already pushed out like 2 or 3 updates for it. So I think
Big updates as well.
because the game didn't ship with a season pass, like there was like a premium edition which had some extra costumes, but
You're
it didn't
right,
have like
yeah,
a
you're
season
right.
pass or anything like that. So I think,
And they were also costumes that you could unlock later on in the game
yeah.
anyway.
So I think that if they're going to do DLC, it'll be something they've decided to do, and they'll announce it later in the year or next year.
I think they'll do what Baldur's Gate 3 did, what Larian did. Just like, look, we've done really well with this, so we'll just feed you some stuff till the next game comes out. We'll feed you for a bit for free. Because they're not skint now, are they? Remember, there's not that many
everything.
overheads when you've only got like 40 odd staff members.
33.
Give me everything, I will consume.
Yeah.
You've ordered your
I
statue.
genuinely do think we will get a novel. We will get a novel.
A novel.
Definitely
will
get
be
a novel.
Gotta be.
We'll definitely get.
And those will
It'll
be
expand
tear stained
more.
within weeks.
I want like. I wouldn't mind seeing like reading some novels of the other expeditioners from other teams over years. Because then you can go a bit crazy, then can't you? You can make things up.
Yeah. Graphic novels. Oh my god, the possibilities.
As long as
are
it's not
endless. Please give me
SD
everything.
Perry. What if SD Perry's doing it, Gadget?
I'd still be into it, like SD Perry.
I know you would. You're an apologist.
She's shit, but in the funniest way possible.
She's the male version of Book Talk, isn't she?
Yeah.
She writes stuff for men that's a bit like, ooh, gets men going when she's describing a Beretta for too long.
Or how unfortunately young Rebecca Chambers looks. That was a bit weird. It's a bit weird and
That's the
Caliban cool,
words.
that one.
That's the wording. How unfortunately young. I mean, she's gone through police training. She can't be that young.
Actually, she's a rookie. She's like 17 or something, isn't she? Anyway, next.
Something like that. Next.
Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 is officially coming to PlayStation 5 this summer with some exciting new features. But you'll also get that with the other systems if you've already
They always
had it.
do that.
So you two could be just as disappointed as Candy was.
Yeah.
I ain't playing
I
that
mean, the
shit.
game wasn't an exciting feature, so hopefully they will be exciting.
If Candy, who loves shit games, doesn't love that,
I love
doesn't
shit
like
games
it.
and I love gingers, and I didn't like it.
if you don't like it, I've got nothing. It's got nothing for me, that game. Nothing.
I mean, it's
Absolutely nothing.
it's not the
Here she
worst
goes,
game in
she's
the world.
changing.
If you got a weekend and you don't mind really not participating that much. It's kind of a walking sim. If you don't mind shit endings, if you don't mind a boring storyline,
I hate all of this, what you're saying to me.
if you don't mind sequels that are way worse than the original and lose every kind of magic there was, it looks nice.
Do you work for a PR team for that company? Christ.
Yeah, I know, right? That's why they're paying the big bucks. It looks great. It looks amazing.
That's not enough for me, mate.
If you like games that advertised one scene in their initial trailer, and I was like, I'm fucking pumped for that. I can't wait to see that in the game. Then it doesn't happen. You'll really like it.
Oh. she's on a box now, isn't she?
Too
She
freaking
looks
hot
well
now.
upset.
You've got going.
So you're perimenopause.
Next, we mentioned this earlier. Game cancels some Switch 2 online pre-orders a week before launch.
Fuck.
They have, as they always say, we're currently working hard to reinstate as many affected pre-orders as possible.
They're not going to get them for another month, are they?
At least it's a personal hobby of mine to go onto every single game post, and you'll see it if you go on game.co.uk on Facebook. Every time they try and advertise a pre-order, you'll see me saying, "Don't fucking pre-order from them." It's an absolute. It's a pastime.
You've been stung
now.
a few times, haven't
I've been stung. I've been stung once by them.
And that's
I
enough.
still haven't got my Pit Boy. It's been out on general sale for 6 odd months.
Oh, this is the candy gets
Hang on,
angry
what did you
episode.
order? The genuine one?
What's that?
Do you
The
say you
one
ordered the
You're
new
supposed to
release
get with the game.
one that they were talking about? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Fuming.
I got one. It's here.
She
I
got
got one off
herself one.
Amazon.
She bought one herself, yeah.
Yeah, I bought this on Amazon. Guess how long it
But you
took
owed
to
one.
come?
You still
A day?
owed one.
2 days?
About 8 hours.
Yeah. But you still owed one.
I've still owed one. I've still paid for it.
You could have one on each wrist.
What was
Well,
their
that's the
last
dream.
communication with you? What did it say?
It said that your
Sorry.
Pit Boy's been delayed, and that was in January, maybe. And then I've heard nothing. And of
Wow.
course, they've changed their system as well since everyone pre-ordered. So you can't even look online and find your pre-order. So it's just vanished into
Yeah.
the ether.
I would just claim it back on your credit card.
Well, yeah, well, I'm going to have to with PayPal, but if you reach out and they don't reply, it makes it
Yeah.
just... Anyway.
It has to go into a tribunal with PayPal then, doesn't it? And that takes
Yeah,
fucking
exactly. Well, anyway, I'm going to use the soapbox now. No one ever do not order from Game.
No.
long. Or shop
Ever.
there. Fuck 'em.
Fuck them.
Yeah,
If you want to get a console and you haven't ordered from Very before, you can order from Very and get on your first order you get like 20% off. So if you've never ordered from them before and there's a big console coming out, 20% off like a PS5 or something. That's
Huge.
a lot of money.
Mm.
Argos, you can rely on them. Just don't use Game, they're shit.
They are shit.
I use Curry's, so I'm hoping it's going to be fine.
It will be fine. That's where I got my Xbox from.
Curry's, no worries. That's what they say, don't they?
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
Also say that they come with naan bread.
Oh, Biggie.
No.
Oh.
Next.
This depends where you're ordering from.
Oh, God.
Alex Garland has been confirmed to direct live-action Elden Ring movie adaptation
Buzzing
at
for this.
A24.
Pumped.
So,
Not much
We've
more
picked
about
the
it.
right guy to do it. An actual nerd.
so when this news came out, someone on, I think probably 4chan came up with the trailer, and I was going to read the script for the trailer out for you.
Go.
Epic,
Oh, is this the one you
epic
talked
string
about
overture
before?
starts. Once every generation, a fantasy saga is released that defines an era. This is not that saga. String music cuts out as a fart sound effect plays. Who let the dogs out? Jack Black spawns at a bonfire. Bonfire lit,
No.
baby! Starts air guitaring. Get ready to summon your closest friends for the movie event of the summer. Shots of Jack
No.
Black fighting a horde of skeletons. Who let the dogs out? Godfrey, bring me the Elden Ring. Who?
Oh, God.
Timothy Chalamet, they call him the Tarnished One. Shot of Jack Black fumbling down some stairs. Emphasis on Tarnished. With Tilda Swinton as Melania. The Rock as Godfrey the Grafted. And Chris Pratt as the voice of Elden Beast. Rapid sequence of Jack Black fat rolling around frustrated bosses. Final cut shows him puffing and wheezing as Godric lifts his staff to smack. Wait! Confused Godric. For what? JB points to his stamina bar, replenishing back to full. For that, you jabroni, and then successfully dodge rolling again. Jack Black is. Music suddenly cuts out to boss hits as as a boss hits JB in the testicles, cut to close-up of his co-op summons wincing. Dave Bautista, oof, right in the soapstones. Music starts again. Who let the dogs out? The tarnished one. Get good. July 17th. Final shot is Jack Black respawning at a bonfire with a serious look on his face. Let's try that again.
Why have you done this to me?
I really want to see that version now.
I don't. You got that wee chuffing claptrap film.
Yeah, I know.
Make it in AI.
And your
It's easy
Minecraft
enough.
film. Oh, God.
That was
sounds
amazing, whoever did
horrendous.
that. That was brilliant.
I want a somber, heartfelt film from Alex Garland, please.
That treats
With
women
great
really badly,
vistas.
because his films tend to treat women really badly.
There's a lot of women in Elden Ring.
They get treated badly, to be fair, so they've probably got the right guy, but yeah.
That is true, isn't it? I mean, the whole hierarchy is on women, isn't it? Oh, God, let's not get into it.
No,
Should be good. Should be good.
I'm into it if he does it right. There's every potential, though, it could be an absolute shiter.
Yeah.
Because, again...
Stranger it's not a series. Very strange.
Yeah, plus, again, then, jokes aside, Elden Ring's story is not delivered particularly linearly, and it's really fucking long. So unless they're just going to have a film about a random tarnished, I don't know how it's going to work.
I was talking to someone about it. I'd love it to be very dialogue light.
Alex Garland's a writer, though, so I don't think you can expect
And
that.
more vistas and, do you know what I mean? More
But even in this,
feel.
the thing is, for all there is not a lot of cutscenes in Elden Ring, there is so much
Chat.
text.
Yeah, a lot.
There is a lot of
I was
actual
listening to
story
a
in it.
podcast, and they said they thought it might be along the lines of, I haven't seen it, The Green Knight, that movie on
I said that.
Amazon.
I think I've
That's a
seen
Green
people
Knight.
talking about that. I think maybe along the visual style of it.
Yeah, because Green Knight's a bit of a fever dream compared to what Dark Souls
That's
and
it,
Elden Ring.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Very fever dream.
yeah, I mean, unless they're doing like a prequel to Elden Ring where they're doing like the Night of the Black Knives or something. But
Yeah, the shattering.
yeah, maybe, I don't know. It just seems like a weird thing to adapt. That's all. Like, because
See me
think-
as somebody that hasn't played it. I love Alex
It's gonna be-
Garland.
Yeah, it's going to be something for
I
you.
do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
like I'm not shitting on the idea of it. I just don't get it.
We're all like this, but the second we see that trailer and it's got the good music,
And Jack
they're
Black.
all talking. They're all talking like
Who let
proper
the dogs
English. Rise, tarnished, and all that's kicking off.
The loathsome dung eater.
The loathsome dung eaters sat there chewing on poo.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's a thing in the game, Candy.
Yeah, there is a dung eater. Is one of the main.
And he's loathsome.
Oh, he's very loathsome. But yeah, I think we'll all go, ah. And I bet Garland's always wanted to do a fantasy epic. Some, you know what I mean? Sometimes you want to do it. And he's a bit of a nerd, so it's fine. It's fine. Bring it on.
Yeah. When the character's doing all the dodge rolling, I like to move it.
Keep rolling.
Yeah, there's another one.
I wish
Perfect.
the internet didn't exist sometimes.
Last two, Netflix is gearing up to bring Stranger Things to an epic close. Azudo's,
On New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah. The fifth and final season set to premiere on November the 26th.
And the finale is New Year's Eve. Let me remind you all. New Year's Eve. Oh, no,
And
we're watching.
the other thing I forgot to watch was the new It Welcome to Derry trailer is out.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that yet.
Official
either.
teaser. I forgot to.
I have no
watch
idea.
That, that popped in the week as well.
If Stig literally doesn't send it to me directly, I will never watch it. Because I just
There
don't
was such a huge difference between the first and the second. I thought the first film was great. The second one was.
Second one was
Joke.
shit. It was shit. First
But
one
that's
was
just
brilliant.
Stephen King. It's not always the easiest to translate, is it?
No. The tomes of Stephen King. And notoriously, Gadget will back me up, not very good at ending his own books.
I don't think he's that good a writer in general. He has his moments.
No, remember, if he puts 1,000 words down, it will work every day.
I think
Yeah.
his ideas are fun.
Yeah,
I think the
He's not
books
the
are really
best-
quite elementary.
He's not the best
like,
closer.
yeah.
I think.
Remember, he did a book about a demon-possessed car.
Yeah, I was going
Remember.
to say Christine's not the greatest
Christine exists.
And a
Whereas-
demon possessed dog.
Yeah, cool, Joe.
one. Yeah, and a demon possessed woman getting a period. Carrie.
And a demon-possessed alien that pulled teeth out.
And a demon-possessed man inside a hotel. Huh.
And then
Is he like demons and possession?
Demon-possessed fog.
Demon-possessed cat.
Yeah. Demon-possessed clown.
Demon-possessed tower, sort of.
Kind of.
Oh,
Think
I should
he
have
likes
finished that book
demons.
series. I can't believe I never read the last book.
What, the Dark Tower? At the end, there's a demon-possessed man.
Demon-possessed
A
dead
gunslinger.
pets. I think we've cracked his formula. That book he put out years ago, Stephen King, all right, he didn't either, just fucking demons and cocaine.
Demons everywhere. The demons.
Are they his demons or the actual demons? Doesn't matter.
We've
Just
cracked
put
the
demons in
code.
it.
We are the next Stephen King. And it's going to be called Demon.
A demon-possessed demon.
The
Did you
demon
just say
novelist.
that is the demon-possessed demon. That is too.
Sounds like a
that's too
Goosebumps
profound.
book.
That's too profound. I've got a feeling Stephen King was R.L. Stein.
Yeah, you never know.
Demon-possessed sponge. Demon-possessed mask. Demon-possessed potato.
Fucking hell.
Oh, God. Oh, Stephen King in review coming 2026. Oh, God. Modern exorcism. I'm thinking on the fly.
I like
I'm
it.
thinking on the fly. I'm thinking
like
on
it.
the fly. Next.
Over to the weird world web, and boy, have we got a few here for you. We're almost there, people. Rest in piss. Birmingham pub unveils a new memorial in its toilets with names you can wee on. Yes, the Birmingham pub has installed a new artwork in its urinal. The Anchor on Bradford Street in Digbeth has installed a new toilet feature designed by Birmingham artist Fokker Wolf, or Fokker Wolf, depending on how you look at that. They said that the unique urinal features the names of the top 100 CEOs of weapons and defence companies from around the world. Along with the cut-in phrase, it reads, "May the cowards who profit of misery, genocide and murder rest in piss for all eternity."
Do you know what? Actually, that's not too bad. I thought, when I skimmed over the article, it was a memorial to their locals. I was like, that seems like a weird
People were
place to
pissing
put
on
it.
their good people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realise it was the... in that
Gun
case,
runners.
that's all right.
I like it.
Yeah. Imagine being so morally bankrupt that you're a CEO from a gun company. I'd rather sleep
And the
at
artist
night.
says,
Probably very well.
"It's one of those ideas that I kept to myself for my own amusement. Then with all of the complete darkness that's going on in the moment, weapons companies testing out new tech, using it,
Yeah.
out-of-date explosives on civilians, I thought, hey, perfect. The military-industrial complex. It fits perfectly as they are an easy target."
It's all public as well.
Nice.
Wild. That's good. That's not a weird World Web. That's a good World Web. that.
Yeah, into it.
It is. Well, you're into the next one. Iconic sausage roll to star at Madame Two Swords. The sausage roll will be displayed on a velvet cushion placed on the classic plinth with the commemorative plaque placed beside it.
Greg sausage roll instead.
pastry-
He's missed off the important part. There's a Greg sausage roll.
Coming to
GRX.
that, the pastry was made following the same traditional plaster moulding method originally used by Madame Tussauds when she created her figures. Artists hand-painted the sausage roll model to give it the correct colour. The team studied dozens of Greg sausage rolls to ensure they captured the pastry's flaky layer. The sausage roll will be on display in the Baker Street Attractions Culture Capital Zone during the month of June. The world-famous attraction has said the pastry-cloaked processed meat cylinder is the first food item to go on display in its own right. It elevates the snack to the level of British cultural icon, sitting alongside celebrities such as Shakespeare and David Attenborough.
Fuck off.
It's been so long since I had a meat cylinder. It'll be a week before it gets eaten. Some drunk guy...
It's made out of wax.
Some drunk stag do will go in and be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, there's my
It
sausage
will
roll."
be. It'll be in a plinth or behind a perspex or something.
But it shouldn't be. That would be amazing.
I mean, I like GR eggs. I like Greg's. I think it's a good. Like I have often had a vegan sausage roll from time to time, and I'm glad that I've got that kind of outlet for someone of my dietary requirements.
I had a Greg's yesterday.
And yum yums are
Yeah, there's
great,
nothing wrong with
Yeah.
it. I just not sure it needs to have a...
mate. To be fair, when you watch a lot of TikTok like I do, Americans are obsessed with Greggs. That's why I kept calling it GRX, because that's what they think it is. A lot of them think it's called GRX, not like WH Smiths.
I think that was one. I think it was one person doing some rage bait, mate.
But everyone's doing it now, though, and it's one of the things. If they come visiting to Britain, they go
Love
to
an
Greggs.
MC Donald's.
Isn't Greggs from your neck of woods, Gadget?
Yeah. Head office is just down the road from me.
You should be proud.
What, they've done a wax version of Museum in London? They put it at the
Up on
fucking
Meat
Laying Art
Cylinder.
Gallery up in Newcastle, maybe. Or the Hancock
Yeah,
Museum.
nobody'd go
We've
there,
got
would
museums
they?
up
Nobody
here,
goes
not
to-
the fucking wax things down in London. Fucking London, man. They don't even do studies in the Greggs in London.
Do they not?
Nah.
Furious.
The
mate.
sausage rolls aren't as
Absolutely
good.
furious.
Sausage rolls aren't as good in London. It's like Guinness doesn't travel.
Yeah, sausage rolls don't travel.
Do a fucking northern sausage roll.
Well, you can throw a meat cylinder. They go pretty far.
I know they
Stop
don't do
calling it
gravy
a
and
meat
chippies
cylinder.
in-
That's weirdly
Down
upsetting.
down south, they don't do gravy and chippies.
No.
I found that out.
Now they do
found
fucking.
that out.
Now they fucking do eels and jelly.
Fucking weird that.
That's
What,
just
you
London.
don't have gravy on your chips? Well, you don't eat them anyway.
Don't like all gravy. I don't like gravy either.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
A meat cylinder transportation device.
Yeah, that's the pastry.
Thank you for the news, Biggie.
Oh, we haven't finished there, mate. There's one
for
final one.
fuck's sake.
Punk band Private Function releases goopy vinyl that smells like Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina. I'll leave that there for a minute. The band has announced that among the vinyl pressings for the new album is a goopy variant.
Variant.
Variant. Yeah. Sorry, I'm tired.
Goopy variety.
My brain occasionally just refuses to process words.
English is not your first language.
That was manufactured with a scent that mimics the one used in candles that were produced with a scent that Paltrow identified as reminding her of what her vagina smells like.
I thought that were
They-
April Fools.
No, it was a real
They were
thing.
labelled, "This smells like my
were-
vagina."
they were really
The statement
front page.
shared by Lamb Goat guitarist Lauren Hester said, "This was potentially the greatest thing anyone had ever done, and everyone at Private Function was beyond impressed. We immediately tried to buy one, but due to the overwhelming demand, it sold out instantly. They now sell for over $700 each." So she continued, $700 to smell Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina is quite frankly classist, and we at Private Function think that every working class person deserves access to that smell 24 hours a day. Hester concluded her statement by saying, "So congratulations to everyone lucky enough to score a goopy record. You now own a scratch and sniff record that smells like Gwyneth Paltrow's
sorry.
vagina."
I don't want to sniff out that Chris Martin's been in.
That's your line. That's your line in that.
Oh, that's a cold play there.
I just no. I mean, what next? Fucking Chris Martin dick cheese flavour. Do you know what I mean?
Why?
Oh,
Why,
that
would,
sounds
why,
like-
why would such horrible things leave your mouth? You know, you need to get to the Dr. Scotch website and go buy some of that Sydney Sweeney soup.
Oh yeah.
To do that.
Yeah.
They do that. It's soap made with a little bit of a bath water.
Fuck off, really?
Really?
I'll feel me bum and all, ain't it? Sorry, I mean, I'm thinking out loud here.
Well, notably,
It
this
can
is
wash
not
your
the
mouth
first
out, is
time.
what I'm thinking. Hell.
This is not the
me that's
first time
making
Private
vagina
Function
candles, pal.
has pulled an unusual vinyl stunt. Lambgoat pointed out the fact that the previous album, the band released a limited edition version of the album that was pressed using the band members' urine.
What's wrong with them?
Punks, mate. Punks are weird. You know this. Some punks don't change their boxes for months.
No, they don't, do they?
No. Rubbers. Cool. Is that the fucking news? I hope you're not eating
Yes,
while
mate.
listening to this, guys. I really do. We're not a breakfast podcast, to be honest, though, are we?
No.
Breakfast.
No one's having a muesli while listening to this.
Go Krispies.
Okay. It makes a lot of sense that you eat Rice Krispies. Right, let's move on to what we've been doing this week. And I will start because I've been doing really not much. And I think that's going to be the overriding theme to this episode.
Yeah.
We've really not been doing that much. So I want to briefly touch on something. I want to give Stig his credit, actually. He was right about Tekken 8. Tekken 8, the video game Tekken 8. That shit's batshit. Like he said, he's done things in I'm not going to spoil what. He didn't either. does things in a fighting game. Because if I'm having to explain what Tekken is to anyone, you're listening to the wrong podcast. But it's Tekken 8. And it does things in the story campaign that I didn't think fighting games could do. And it proper blew me away a little bit. And he said the exact same thing like last year. And he's fucking right. It's a bit I haven't finished it. It's a lengthy campaign. Along the lines of, the Mortal Kombat campaigns I've been doing for the past few years. Where there's quite a bit to it. But yeah, and again, the gameplay is fantastic. It's Tekken. If you remember moves that Hwoarang did in Tekken 3, he still does the same moves now, but in stunning graphics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really good. But I can't touch on it that much because, again, I haven't finished it, and we've already mentioned it. But I want to talk about my closing thoughts because we didn't do a spoiler cast for this. But I think it's time, and anyone jump in because I know it's probably on other people's plates. Last of Us Season 2.
Yeah.
Finished. And I'm not going to spoil anything. But what I can say is if you've played the game, there's nothing I can spoil. But I'm still not going to. You finished it, haven't you? Biggie, you watched it all.
Yeah.
Let me get your thoughts first then. Again, don't spoil much. Don't spoil any...
No, not at all.
Real points. Just give me your overview.
I've seen and read and heard and all this palaver about the discourse around this particular season. It's not as good as the first one. Mm-hmm. As an adaptation, I still think it's great. I think the performances in general are great. Yes, there are different, whether you believe that or not, if that was their intention, as to, in particular, Ellie's character, Bella Ramsey, who I think is a fantastic actress in this. If she was asked to play Ellie in a different way, or it's a different interpretation, absolutely fine, because that's exactly what it is. It's an adaptation of the game. There are things that they probably had to change because of logistical reasons, etc. About why
you have to change it a lot because most of that game is gameplay,
and that's the thing. And it's difficult.
To change a lot.
I do think there are moments in this season where it just goes from like story mode, section piece, this bit. It's kind of a little bit disjointed, and the fact that they've already said they're drawing it out over potentially 3 or up to 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Just seems strange to me because it kind of feels rushed at times how they've got from this point to that point. But generally, I still enjoyed it. I thought it was a great series. I think they've done it well. It's an adaptation, as I said. It's their interpretation with the involvement of the original maker. It is what it is. I think it's fine. I don't have any problems. It hasn't got the same impact of the first one. And the third episode in the first season will always be the best episode potentially of the entire lot. I thought episode 6 of this was really good, like everyone said. The finale is a difficult one to end on because it kind of happens in the game the same way. And it is a turning point. It's a weird cliffhanger. And God knows how long we have to wait for season 3 because it could be a while. They haven't actually said it, as far as I remember, when they've got an idea for the release dates. It just feels like a weird point to just stop there at episode 7, which again is a really weird point to stop a series.
Seven episodes is very odd, isn't it?
Yeah. But I liked it. I didn't really have as many problems as people said. And I think this rubbish about the casting and stuff, it's, same thing with poor Caitlin as well. Oh, she doesn't look like Abby. She's not butch enough. It's like, do you know what? I thought her performance was great in this. It's not about whether she physically pulls that role up. I thought she actually had the anger behind it in a slightly different way and how she portrays herself.
Do you know why Abby was built so muscular in the second game?
Revenge.
No. It was to basically differentiate the two characters. Ellie's thin and scrappy. And what they realised when they were playtesting early builds of it is if Abby...
You can't tell the difference.
If Abby was the same size as Ellie, it didn't feel like you were playing a different character. You just...
Okay.
So by making her physically stronger and like holding weapons differently...
Bigger.
And having different physicality around things.
Considerably taller as well, wasn't she?
4 inches taller, maybe?
I think so,
yeah.
But yeah, I just think that the performances are fine. And I think Bella Ramsey's interpretation, if that's what it is absolutely fine. It's not Ellie in the game quite the same at all. There are different ways that she's reacted, but I think it still works in this show for what it is, in my opinion. I didn't have as big a problem that a lot of people have, but Yeah, that's kind of my general feeling of it.
My turn. This season's a real letdown. Absolute letdown. It's a season that has it has one good episode and one fantastic episode, and the rest are all shit. And I'm sorry, they were shit.
Entitled to that.
The two good episodes is episode 2 and episode 6. Episode 6 is an all-timer, but you shouldn't have to trowel through shit to get a diamond. You know what I mean? Like, genuinely, episode 6 and episode 3, very hard for me to decide which is best. Episode 3 of the first season, sorry. Phenomenal acting from everyone. But Bella Ramsey, people say, oh, you can't badmouth them because of this. Everyone keeps telling me, yeah, but it's an adaptation. They can do what they want. So why is every other character so pitch perfect from the game except for Ellie? Do you get what I mean?
I've been seeing a lot about it on TikTok this week, and apparently they've made Ellie quite incompetent in the game. It's like,
mate,
Dina is the driving force now, rather than Dina being out of it.
Dina seems like the main character.
Because in the game, Dina's with you at the very beginning, and then she, because of plot reasons, steps aside, and she becomes like your home base person.
Yeah, you go back and catch up.
Yeah,
but Dina's she's very like sure of herself. Ellie in this, she from the beginning to the end looks like she's gone on holiday. And
I've noticed in a lot of screenshots and things I've seen, everyone's very clean in this TV series.
No, everyone else is mucky. She's not.
Oh.
Do you remember in a particular scene, Gadget, where in the game where Ellie comes back and Dina washes her?
Yeah, after a particularly traumatic experience that Ellie's just had, where she narratively crosses a line.
In this film, it looks like in this show, it looks like she's just fallen downstairs a bit.
Oh, because I'm thinking the lead up to that scene, she's gone through like the level leading up to that is going through rainy Seattle, falling into a sewer, having to swim to the hospital through shit, doing what she does in the hospital, and then coming back in the rain, and you actually pointedly see in the cutscene Ellie kind of knocking on the door of the theatre, her hand shaking, and she's covered in shit and detritus.
Blood.
Yeah,
it's just not there. It just didn't work for me. Now this is the thing. Bella Ramsey is a phenomenal actor because in episode 6, when Ellie's a child.
Oh, was that episode?
It's that episode. She made me cry. She moved me as a father. Do you know what I mean? The acting was spellbinding. The character was spellbinding. It was perfect. And I said this about Bella Ramsey in the first season.
She was really good. They were really good in the first season.
Phenomenal. It just doesn't work now for me. And it's nothing to do with how they look. It's more to do with how they act.
There's more to come, because obviously in the next season, whatever, I think this is probably where we're going to see the change in Ellie's personality.
It shouldn't be now. So, Gadget.
I agree. I'm not sure why they've done it this way, but
it ends.
They have
at the penultimate bit at the cinema, the theatre. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So just after Ellie's met up with Owen and Mel, shall we say?
Yeah. When she has a surprise visit to Owen and Mel,
conversation with Owen and Mel.
Yeah, exactly. So from season 6 is a flashback. Episode 6 is a flashback, but episode 5 was what's his name? The Asian lad.
Jesse.
Jesse turns up, and then the final episode from that, the aquarium. That's too fast a jump for me as well.
Well, that's too fast because you spend
a lot more time with Jesse.
You spend a fair bit of time with Jesse, but you have in the game Jesse turns up. You then crash the car through a load of WLF soldiers.
Yeah, there's no car.
Then Jesse's like hurt, so Jesse stays with Dina.
Mm-hmm.
Then Ellie goes.
You come back and go with Jesse.
Yeah. Then Ellie goes to the hospital, does the thing at the hospital, comes back. then the next day leaves with Jesse to go find the aquarium, and there's a whole fucking to-do with the Seraphites on the way over there.
Yeah, none of that. None of that.
That's, I mean, they did that in the first season, because the first season they skipped basically everything in Salt Lake City.
They
just
did cut a lot of gameplay out.
Yeah, they did.
So they got to Salt Lake City, heard some gunshots, met some giraffes, and then shot up the hospital.
The problem is, and I know they have to cut, this is my biggest take with this season, I know they have to cut gameplay elements, but Gadget will back me up on this as well, and anyone that's played Last of Us Part 2 is, that's when you get to learn to love someone like Jesse in those moments, because they're talking all the way through it.
Yeah.
In this season, Jesse lives and dies a dick. There's no, you don't like him. You haven't got time to like him.
He's actually quite a nice character in the game.
He's one of my favourite characters.
In the game, you think he's a bit of a dick at the very beginning when he's like
not
enforcing rules, but then when he turns up in Seattle, he's like, "Oh, you're actually proper lovely lad.
You're a proper lovely lad, yeah." So there's no stakes to it. And again, obviously Pedro Pascal should win a BAFTA for his performance in that one episode, episode 6. But yeah, it's just ultimately disappointing for me. And I understand it is an adaptation and you can change things, but why only change one character? Do you get what I mean? It's as if they've changed it around to fit the actor rather than the actor changing how they are to fit the character.
Yeah,
everyone else is a spot-on representation from the game. Makes no sense to me.
It's an interesting choice. I'm sure they'll explain it at one point, maybe. And I think once we've seen everything, maybe once we've seen season 3...
I don't know. I think people are too precious on Bella Ramsey on this, and I think they're not seeing past it.
I don't know. I get the points. I've listened.
But why do I like Dina more? Do you know what I mean?
But Isabella's fantastic in this. She's brought out more out of that Dina role by bringing her, I guess, her own personality to the role.
I wanted her to be the main character.
She's great.
See, my wife watched it with me. She's never played the game. She's like, why aren't we following her instead? And I went, yeah, I'm with you. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, it ends on a really like, whoa, cliffhanger and stuff. It's like, cool, but you've got to wait another 2 years for this.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I just wonder why it's like they've done it this way, because it's going to feel like, oh, do you remember what happened at the end of... A lot of people won't remember what happened. They have to be reminded.
And like,
you know?
like Biggie says, it's a good season. Fundamentally, it's a good season, but because it come from off the back of such a phenomenal, I can't believe they've adapted a game that well season to this, it just really, I don't know, I'm proud to be annoyed at it. Do you know what I mean? I'm proud to be skeptical of it and a bit like,
I get it. I think
I'm not that
people
pumped
are
for season 3 now.
To be disappointed by it, I just don't think it's that bad. I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah, well, you give it, if I could score season 2, I'd give it like 6 out of 10. As opposed to, I think season 1 was a 10 out of 10 knockout.
Yeah, I'd be closer to 8, maybe 7.58, perhaps.
But yeah, writing, guys, let us know how you feel, and let's move on to...
Are you guys very quickly interested in watching the show? Candy, I can't remember what you watched.
Nope.
Or not.
I did watch the first episode, and it reminded me
season
that...
2?
It's season 2, yeah. I wasn't particularly taken with the first episode, but then I never normally am. I think the issue was I knew it was coming. I've seen it before. That's the point I stopped playing the game. I don't need to be spoon-fed happy, joy all the time, but this is particularly miserable. And it just didn't appeal to me. The thought of having to go through that again just did not appeal to me. And
given how annoyed in general I am with The Last of Us Part 2, I've no interest in it.
Do you know how you think the game's star is terrible? The show star is even worse.
I will watch whatever part of season 3 involves the Rat King. If they do the Rat King well, I'll watch that episode.
Yeah. Let me just put this is a spoiler. I mean, spoiler one in the next 30 or 40 seconds. There is a scene in the last episode where, do you know when she gets on the boat to go to the aquarium?
Yeah.
A rogue wave hits her like it does in the game, but instead of her swimming to the aquarium, she ends up on the Seraphite Island and gets hung by the Seraphites.
What the fuck?
And then the alarms go off on the Seraphite Island. They leave her, they don't kill her, and she gets out and goes to the aquarium like nothing
That
happened.
is so weird. That is definitely the bit I was kind of like.
Why would they do that? Like, Ellie's got, other than encountering them during combat, Ellie has nothing to do with the Seraphites.
Yeah, and as if
That's
the
not her
aquarium's
story.
A few meters swim to the island. Batshit. The whole fucking season's
Like,
batshit.
to get to the Seraphite Island, Abby and Yara have to steal a fucking power boot.
Yes, they can't pedal there, can they?
No,
Can't row there.
no.
Batshit show, mate.
That bit was really weird.
There's a lot of bits that are like that, but I'm not going to get into it. People are defending it too much, in my opinion. But again, it's better than some other stuff we've been force fed, like from game adaptations, like fucking
100%.
Borderlands.
Claptrap and fucking whatever it's Borderlands.
Stop bringing up Borderlands.
Let's move on to what Candy's been up to.
I've done a little bit of a lot of things. The main thing I did this week, like I said earlier, that I actually left the house. I went all the way to London town and I went to see Babymetal.
Did you take your passport?
Yeah, and I
Get
got my
through the
shots and
London
everything.
checkpoints.
Yeah, got my shots. Yeah, went to see Babymetal. Not only was it Babymetal, they were also supported by Bambi Thug, who did Eurovision a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
and Poppy as well, that I've talked about many times before.
She doesn't talk like she sings.
No. I mean, it would be weird if she did. She's not a robot. But all of them absolutely fantastic. But Babymetal, look, they're not one of my favourite bands in the world.
I've seen them
I can
live,
listen
and it's an
to I can
experience.
listen to 4 or 5 songs and then I'm like, enough now.
I think Babymetal are better when they're with somebody else, the featuring.
I agree. They blew me away. It was probably one of the loudest shows that I've ever been to. They do
Their
not stop.
band's amazing.
The band is so tight.
Good.
Yeah,
So
so good. I can't remember. They're called the Oni Band or something, aren't they?
Yeah,
Like the God band.
yeah.
They are,
so good.
band are absolutely incredible, and they get absolutely none of the limelight either. They're just there in the background.
Fun fact as well: 2 members of that band were from the Black Mages, which was Nobuo Uematsu's metal Final Fantasy band.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never knew that. But
They all know each other over there.
of course they do. But no, it was a long show as well. They played for probably 2.5 hours. They've do
got
not
a big
stop.
back catalogue.
Yeah, well, they do. That's the thing. Like before, they'd have a couple of bangers. They've got loads of songs that they can choose from now. They just, and because it's not just the singing, it's the dancing as well. They have all the little, the dance, fucking whatever you call it. The pyro.
I do love Sue Metal though. I love her.
Yeah, but the pyro, not just the last couple of songs, the entire way through. If I look sunburnt on one side of my face, I was right next to the stage.
I'm thinking you look a bit like Harvey Dent.
I got a bit close encountered, yeah. It was so good. Unfortunately, they didn't bring anyone on. I was hoping that we might get Electric Callboy seeing as they're in the country.
Yeah,
But
they were in the country, weren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, for
They're at Slam Dunk.
that's it for Slam Dunk. But no, unfortunately not. But they did the new one with they did the new Slaughter to Prevail song. But what they do is they have the guest artists are on like a screen behind them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
So you kind of
saw
saw Alex Terrible in big screen rather
yes, exactly, in his Timu mask.
than. That's where it's from.
I know it is. They did not play Kingslayer. That's the one thing.
I love Kingslayer.
I know, that's the one thing I was disappointed about, especially as it's their only England show. You'd think in England they play their duet with the English band, but no. Other than that, which was a slight disappointment. But I've seen them do Kingslayer with
Bring Me
the Horizon. I've seen Bring Me the Horizon do Kingslayer. So
they brought them out, didn't they?
yeah, so I'm spoilt really. But yeah, they were
It'd still be
absolutely
nice.
phenomenal. They were brilliant.
Didn't you say that Poppy's got massive feet?
Fucking gigantic clown shoe. It was. I actually, as you know, I texted you guys as she was playing with the picture. She got bloody clown shoe. I don't think the orange,
feet.
yeah, I don't think that she looked like the letter L. I don't think
She's
the orange
she's rocking around on them stomper size 11s, isn't she?
Yeah,
And she's about 4 stone wet through.
absolutely. Yeah, but yeah, no, the orange toe cats probably didn't help because they looked like clown shoes. But yeah, I mean, she was great. And they brought Poppy
Yeah,
out. They
she's
did
good.
bring Poppy out because they did a song with her.
They did, yeah.
So,
She's good though. I've got a lot of time for Poppy.
Yeah, I do. I love her. And Bambi Thug as well. She was
Yeah.
brilliant. She was brilliant. And she had these 2 male dancers with her. Oh, my Lord. They were lovely.
A tear dripped down your leg, did it?
Oh, a little bit. Thank God I was sat down.
Oh, mighty noodles.
Yeah, no, it was
I'm
great.
glad you liked it. So,
Great show.
Just the fact that when you said I had to go into London, it shivers me. I feel like it's like Children of Men when you walk into London.
Well, that's why I almost didn't go. If it weren't for the fact that somebody else was driving, I probably wouldn't. I decided the morning of that I actually would go, but it was all right. It wasn't too bad because it's the.
I wish there was
O2.
like I know that London has an underground, but I wish they had like an underground train from everywhere in the country so you could like go
Straight
underneath and straight in.
Straight
so
into
you
the
could
venue.
pop out in central London.
Yeah, that'd be all right. But yeah, no, it
Alright,
wasn't too bad. But so the second thing I've done, I started playing Doom, the Dark
Doom.
Ages, and it's very much like putting on an old pair of shoes, isn't it? You know exactly what you're doing. Like you said, Gadget, you're very, very tanky, aren't you? You're very clunky, very tanky, some real power. But at the same time, it doesn't feel too cumbersome. You just feel like powerful rather than kind of skittering around. I find it actually easier to play than Doom Eternal.
That's a good thing because that's what I want.
Yeah, it was easier to play. There's not, or certainly where I've got to, which isn't very far into it.
I found Eternal quite difficult at the moment.
Yeah, I did. But this is absolutely fine. I was playing it. I was absolutely smashed drunk. My eyes were sort of moving in different directions.
You saw 4 demons in front of you.
Yeah, exactly. And
Just aim for the middle one.
Yeah, even then, absolutely just smashing through them. And like I said, albeit I haven't got that far into it, but so far so good. I understand now, Gadget, what you were saying about the soundtrack is definitely lacking Mick Gordon because I listened to the soundtrack beforehand, and I just listened to it through Spotify. It's very much it's playing on a loop, whereas Mick Gordon's the layers would start to build.
Dynamic music,
build.
didn't it?
Yeah, and that it does lack that. That, like you said, not to say that the soundtrack's bad. It's just
not a Mick Gordon soundtrack. That's the problem.
not a
Like
Mick-
I said to Gadget when he talked to me about it, it's like you've tasted the sweetest fruit, and now you're eating something that's it's like a stale banana. And I mean,
But
it's still
it
banana.
doesn't break. It's like the fourth wall. It doesn't quite break the fourth wall, does it? Where it's reacting to what you're doing on screen.
And that's exactly like what made Doom 16 and especially Eternal make you feel so powerful. Was that the better you did, the more of the music that you had, and it was.
And the best thing is,
it was almost kind of like how Metal Hellsinger did it, but in a really subtle way.
Exactly like Metal Hellsinger.
And
He did a good thing as well
when you got into that flow state, killing demons, you had fucking BFG Division going off all over the place, and it was the best
and you
you'd
knew
ever
when
felt.
the encounter was over because the music
Dropped.
like suddenly dropped, and it was like, whew, and it gave you a breathe, but you could still kind of hear something in the background, some ambient, and then you walked into another corridor and it kicked back off again. It's like, oh my god, I can't fucking breathe.
Yeah,
and it felt like you were a bit of the slave, and that's 2016 more than because I didn't get.
Well,
me and Eternal have got a very weird.
Yeah, but Eternal did that as well, and I think that was. I think probably the most frustrating thing for Mick Gordon, beyond not being paid for such a long time, was that
fucks me off.
He worked really closely with id to develop that, and his music design is also the game design, which you don't get a lot of times in games.
Yeah.
So
how did they think they could get away with not paying him?
I don't know, but yeah,
what's wrong with it?
But yeah, that's kind of the main thing that Dark Ages feels like it's missing.
Yeah, I agree. I love the kind of medieval feel. Don't ask me what's happening in the story. I got absolutely no clue.
Isn't it
I wasn't
space
listening.
medieval though?
No, really. I guess.
It's
yeah.
like
The space baddies were there.
Science fantasy medieval kind of thing.
Our science is considered magic. That kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
but I don't care. I'm not playing Doom for the story.
You don't think about the
I
story.
don't know
Just give
anything
you a
about Doom's
nosebleed.
story.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You just accept it as.
I know
okay.
people that do lore breakdown videos for Doom, and I'm like, dude, stop wasting your time. Like, I've got personal friends that do. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean,
There's better games that you could be doing lore breakdowns for.
I mean, Doom 2. The Doom guy went back to hell because when the demons got to Earth in the first game, they killed his pet rabbit. That's all you needed to know.
Yep.
Yep. Fair.
It's true. True story. Hell on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I get from it is did they resurrect him, but in I don't bloody know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It don't matter.
And
I'm killing
everyone's
demons.
scared of him.
The makers were using him as a tool, and then he gets free, and then he becomes everyone else's problem. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
That's it.
next up, I have watched a personal favourite of mine, the very divisive Jeremy Clarkson on Clarkson's Farm.
Is that back?
Yeah.
It's back. Yeah, I think this is the last series because I think Amazon have cut ties with him.
Yes, they have.
I expect maybe it would depend on how well the series does, but it's more of the same. It's easy watching. It's comfort food.
Does he say, "I did a thing"?
Oh yeah, it's Clarkson in full buffoon mode.
Because he kicked off about inheritance tax.
No, because I don't think that was a thing when this was filmed.
Right, okay.
So this one focuses on
stomping around London.
So this one's focusing around. So he's opened a pub in deepest Cotswolds.
Yeah. No.
This is there's a pub and it's been open for quite some time actually. So this is
and about £7 a pint.
Oh, I'm sure. But this is focusing on how the pub sort of came to be and everything. So it's the next on his bucket list, shall we say? But yeah, no, it's fine. And actually, I know I say it all the time. I do find it really hard to dislike Clarkson. He's the kind of dad with the slightly dodgy feelings about certain issues.
He's a man that now exists out of his time. And there is something quite endearing about him. I don't dislike him. I dislike his politics.
That's why Alan Partridge works.
And his behaviour. But he is a man out of his time, and I get that. And I get his old school. And he walks around with his pot belly, and he's not bothered. And there is an endearing quality to him, and I get why people love him. Genuinely.
There was quite a tender moment, actually. So, Caleb, the farmhand that just lives and breathes and was born into farming, and he's the farmer's. Yeah, only a young lad. Well, he was off on tour doing a sort of stand-up show whilst this was filming, so they had to get this. They had to get another kind of farmhand to take his place, essentially, and they got this young girl who was just around the time of taking her farming degrees or farming qualifications. I don't know exactly what it is. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot to it, but she was in the middle of that, and just a really young girl, but just absolute again. Lived farming, breathed farming. She's a TikToker as well, so she's doing all the I'm a girl and I can do this tractor and doing all these.
Good for her.
Yeah, exactly. And Clarkson was saying the same thing. It's like you're just an amazing person, and
yeah.
There was a moment when they were in this tractor together, and of course she's absolutely taking the piss out of Clarkson. Like, what on earth are you doing? You know nothing. And they just kind of settled down a bit. And she's like, "Do you want me to cut your eyebrows for you?" He's like, what? She's like, yeah, your eyebrows are halfway down your face. Do you want me to cut them? And so she's there, sharing them. She's like, oh, I do this for my dad too. But when Caleb comes back and she goes back off to uni or whatever she's doing, and Clarkson he is such a softie. He's like, honestly, you've been absolutely brilliant. Absolute credit to yourself, credit to the farm, and just really good lass. So yeah, I thought that was quite a heartwarming.
You got to remember, even the worst people on the planet are still people.
Well, exactly.
And I don't. Honestly, I don't.
He's a pod person.
But again, I need to stress it. I don't qualify Jeremy Clarkson as one of the worst people on the planet at all.
No,
nowhere
just
near.
Very divisive, isn't he? Very divisive.
Yeah, he's just again a man out of his time.
Speak before think. I think a lot of the time, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's Ryan going wrong.
Yeah, it does remind me a bit of Biggie, to be honest. Speaking of which, Biggie, what you been up to?
Ouch. It's a wonderful day to be alive. My mate picked up for Forza Horizon 5. Ooh, so I have played an Xbox game on my PlayStation.
I did think it was really weird when I logged onto my Xbox app earlier today. There's a big cop man. What the fuck? Where's he come from?
I've got Forza Horizon 5, and I also think it's phenomenal.
It's great. It's just nice. Don't get me wrong. I've only played it for about an hour or something just to get it going, just to have a look, just to see that logo come up and stuff. It's quite fascinating to me. But yeah, it's
the
cool.
Xbox, it's Microsoft Studios thing up.
Yeah, it's just
very odd,
something
isn't it?
I'd never thought I'd probably see.
And there are still Xbox posters and stuff in the game, and it's so weird.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just one of those things. I am a Sony person, not a fanboy. Just the fact that I literally own a PlayStation for almost all the various consoles of it, so it just does blow my mind a little bit that we have got to this point that they are becoming a
It is an
an
odd thing. I agree.
But that's not the thing I'm here to talk about. I received a review code for a game called Blades of Fire.
I have played the demo to this.
Yes, this is available on Epic, Xbox, and PlayStation. And Gadget and Oodles may be interested in this game. So it's developed by Mercury Stream, the Madrid-based video game developer. Their past credits include Castlevania, Lords of Shadow, and also won an award for their work on Metroid Dread. This is a third-person action-adventure. The only way I could really probably describe it is that it's a bit Souls-like, with God of War and a sprinkle of Dragon Quest XI. More of that in a bit. Long ago, the world was ruled by a race of mighty giants known as the Forgers. In their wisdom, they reigned over a time of magnificence and wonder until a devastating war erupted and their civilization fell into ruin. Faced with looming threat of annihilation, the Forgers fashioned human beings to accept their mantle and bestowed upon them the most treasured legacy, the secret of the steel. With this knowledge, humanity rose to power and came to dominate all. Thousands of years have passed, and the mighty Queen Nyria has cast a spell that turns her enemies steel to stone, twisting the legacy of the ancient Forgers against most of humanity. I'm also turning into a newsreader as this is going on.
So, you're the newsreader.
This is the news.
So you basically play this big, burly brick shithouse of a bloke called Aran, has shoulder-length flowing dark hair and a nice, quite well-trimmed beard, not too dissimilar to Gadget's as I'm looking at him now. You have
He's not as good looking as Gadget, though.
No, of course not. You have a student, Adzo, who runs around with you. He's from the Abbey of Egion. He will accompany you throughout, and he gives you tips, banter, and basically puts together the bestiary. Bestiary?
Yeah.
Bestiary.
And thank you. And and the map as well. See, that's why it's so difficult. Words.
Bestiary. It's no words.
From what I've played so far, he doesn't get involved in the combat, so he's just basically a bit like Atreus. He's running around with you, talking to you as you're doing stuff and giving you tips and bits and bobs like that. As you go around it's an attractive game. It's got everything you probably want in these type of games. It's got a nice soundtrack. It's got voice acting. There's a beautiful vistas and stuff. It's just very generic as a general. It's not really got anything that would probably, if you looked at that and went, oh, I know that game. It could be a screenshot of any of those type of games. You kind of wouldn't really be able to distinguish them as such, but it's functional. I don't really have a problem with that. As you travel around the world, you rest at an anvil, which is your bonfire from the Souls-like games.
Gadget's face there.
But when you use this anvil...
It's not the idea of having like a bonfire mechanic. It's a
rest on an anvil.
Found me anvil, going to have a rest now.
But yeah, you basically
get off me anvil, you've had your rest, I've got to forge a blade.
Yeah. But yeah, you come across these anvils, you activate it. And then
who's leaving anvils around the place? What's going on?
You can... Listen, let me just finish.
Sorry.
Then you go to you get the options to repair your weapons because yes, your weapons in use are durable, so you have to look after them. You can create new ones because yes, when you activate this anvil, it takes you to this mystical forge, which is basically once you're fighting, you pick up materials and you basically also by defeating enemies. If you kill enough of them, then you can learn types of weapons that they used or stuff like that. You get blueprints, and you can then forge these weapons in this mystical forge. And then you get a little mini game. And when you forge these weapons, you get to tinker like a blacksmith, banging on the sword, and it gives you kind of like almost like a graphic equalizer of your weapon. And you've got to get the
Dragon Quest XI
right
comparison.
Yeah. So it's got a little forging component in it as well. So yeah, you've got to look after your weapons. It's not just a hack and slash game. You've got to literally keep your weapons sharp, make sure they're repaired, and if they break, you'll have to build a new one. And then yes, every time you rest at these anvils, then you respawn, and so do the enemies. So that's where you got your From Software kind of link there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Each face button on the controller is basically a move. So if you press I've got to get this right now, the square button, then you'll do a left-sided attack. If you use the cross button, you'll do like a low uppercut sort of attack, triangle overhead, and then your circle is like your right-sided attack. And you've got block. You've got a stamina recovery button as well. So if you're using too much dodging and rolling, then you can pause for a moment and get some recover some stamina. It's absolutely fine. It's an interesting mix of games. It's got that kind of God of War feel. The combat isn't too stressful of taking out your normal enemies. It's just obviously when you come across bosses, and you've got to be a bit more careful. Because if you die, you just restart and respawn. You've got to take everyone on again. You unlock those areas, those shortcuts. So it's taken sort of the good bits from other games and it's tried to come up with its own using the inspiration from the others. It's fine. I'd say it's probably a 7 out of 10 kind of game from what I've experienced so far. I'm only a few hours in. But I just thought you guys might be interested in it just because if you want to do something a little bit different, it's got that Souls-like feel, but it's got a bit of the God of War companionship. And it's got a little mini game in there as well. But yeah, Blades of Fire. But did you play the demo of it?
The demo, yes, I did play the demo. It's about a 2-hour demo. Unfortunately, I didn't I was offered a code for this, and I turned it down because I'd played the demo about a day or so before. And it's not that I didn't think I didn't like the combat. I didn't like the idea of one side of the controller is left, one side of the controller is right. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, it's a bit cumbersome to get used to at first.
And you said it was all nice and stuff. I think it looks like a game that one person's made. I don't think it's very pretty. I don't think it's very... again, I played 2 hours of it. It's not a breadth of it, but I did turn down the code because I couldn't be asked. But would you give it a score? How far have you got?
I did. I said at the minute, I mean, I can't talk about the ending of the whole story and everything, but I've only played a few hours, so I'm just seeing the feeling of it at the minute. It just feels like a sort of an average, not a bad game, like a 7, maybe, sort of.
Oh, I'm definitely not saying it was bad. It's just...
Yeah, but I'm just saying
I couldn't be bothered losing my time over, if you get what I mean. It was decent.
I think it's just something. It's doing something different, but it's using inspirations from other games. So it's not new in that respect. Mm-hmm. It's just taking inspiration from other games.
I do like Mercury Steam, by the way. Mercury Steam. I keep saying Stream now because you did. Mercury Steam. I've produced some of stuff I really love in the past. So I am an apologist for Castlevania Lords of Shadow and its sequel. Not many people are apologists.
There are literally dozens of you.
There are tens of us. But yeah, maybe I'll get back to it one day. But again, I do probably refuse more codes than anyone because I simply will not play something I'm not willing to review. So it's part of my... I wouldn't even review a game unless I'd finished it if I'd been given a code, you know what I mean? But if you've got a feel for it in the amount of time you've played it and stuff, by all means, mate, Will you carry on with it, do you reckon?
Yeah, I like the idea of it. I thought it wasn't as frustrating as I've played Dark Souls. I feel like it's not. I don't think it's
intended to be too difficult, is it?
So that's why I've enjoyed it more. That's why I was kind of like, I like this. Otherwise, I might have been like, I'm dropping this. But no, it's definitely something I'll persevere with. Whether I'll finish it, I can't call on that yet. Too early to tell. Yeah, but I just like the different mechanics. I thought it was interesting to do something slightly different.
It just, to me, like, if I were to review the few hours I played of it, I'd be generic out of 10. You know what I mean? There's a lot of them, isn't there? Lords of the Fallen, they did a remake, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Souls-like is its own genre now, isn't it? Everything gets called Souls-like these days. That's why I wanted to make it very clear that it has elements in there, but it's got other stuff in there too.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, do you know what it reminds me of, Gadget, actually?
Yeah.
If I could compare it to any game, and in its look, its feel, and its time, Kingdoms of Amalur.
Okay, that's interesting.
So it feels like is it 360 game, that one?
Yeah.
That was like a 360 game now.
I was having a look on articles, and I think MSN.com's review of it has like you should buy this game, and it just says, if you missed the PS3 and Xbox 360.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what it feels like. Which is not always a bad thing, is it?
No.
Gadget, what have you been up to?
So it's been a lot of the same stuff. I'm on to the 5th Dungeon Crawler Call book, which is called what was it? The Banquet
Dungeon
of
Crawler Call 5?
The Butcher's Masquerade. That's it. It continues to get ever more chaotic and ever more insane.
So does he never get out of his predicament from the first few books? Then he's still in the predicament.
Well, because it's an ever lowering dungeon, he's just getting to the next level of the dungeon.
That makes sense. That's cool.
So it's like an 18-floor dungeon, and book 5 he's on floor 6.
Yeah.
And some darker themes in this one. It's getting a bit twisted in places, but it's still very funny. And I'm still very much enjoying it a lot. What else? We happened upon, on the ITVX app, some seasons of Hell's Kitchen, the US one, so we've been catching up on that, because we haven't seen the last few seasons of it. And I just enjoy Gordon Ramsay shouting at Americans. It's always great.
He does not like Americans, does he?
No, but he's made a lot of money from them.
Yeah. He knows which side his bread's buttered. All intended.
Oh, hey. Carrying on with Claire Obscure Expedition 33, I'm mopping up side stuff before I head to the ending area.
I can't wait till you kill last boss in 2 hits.
Well, I'm starting for some bosses to be quite overpowered. Like I did the 3rd Axon quite quickly.
That's not good.
Some of the field bosses, I'm getting fucking rinsed by still. There's one that's
it's because you barely take any health off them.
Yeah. Like Sprung took me a little while, and there's what's it called? Serpent Hail. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Fuck him to death.
Yeah, he's a bugger.
That's a level 70 boss, that.
Yeah, I've had 2 attempts at him, and I haven't been able to get him either time.
That's my biggest criticism to that game. It's spreading out of like levels.
The difficulty balance and stuff like that.
Yeah, the balance is not there in that chapter 3. Not there.
It's amazing how much there is to explore, though, isn't it? Before you have to go off.
But then why? I wish that the end dungeon scaled up with me.
Yeah,
that's my one wish. Because, mate, by the time I got to the last boss, I was like,
well, I'm basically just trying to get as much of it done before I go for the ending, because I don't want this game to end.
That's exactly what I did.
I'm not emotionally ready for it.
I was
waiting
for
to be
about
sad.
2 weeks.
Again, as well, and a lot of people miss this, and I've spoke to a lot of people that's finished it. There are optional super bosses that have story elements to them, so it is worth mopping up some stuff.
Oh yeah. But yeah,
with actual dialogue and cutscenes and stuff.
But I'm enjoying mopping up stuff. So, but the main thing I wanted to talk about is a book I've been reading over the last couple of weeks, and I hadn't initially wanted to talk about this one because it's not that it's a bad book or anything like that. It's a sad tale. But it's one that I'm kind of interested in. And the book's called The House of My Mother, A Daughter's Quest for Freedom, and it's by Shari Franke. Now,
this sounds depressing.
It's about to get more depressing. So Shari Franke is one of the kids who was part of the 8 Passengers family vlogging channel. Her mother, Ruby Franke, in 2023 last year was sent to prison for multiple charges of aggravated child abuse. And Shari was the oldest child in the family, and she'd kind of long been estranged from her mother, and was separate from the family at the time that Ruby was arrested.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and this is kind of her autobiography, I guess. It's basically talking about her
tell all.
Yeah, basically her memories of being a child and what it was like to live in the Franke household.
To live with monsters, basically.
Yeah. It is upsetting. My God.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I'm not going to get into the great kind of weeds of it because it is a sad story. It is one that is interesting to read, though. Like it is.
I watched a documentary on it was it this year or maybe last year?
Yeah, there's been loads of YouTube documentaries about Ruby Franke. But
it was on YouTube, yeah.
But what's interesting is this is obviously from the daughter's perspective because she's not been particularly vocal about it since. When she got out of the family, like she was in university when this happened, when the arrest happened. But she'd been like trying to get like local law enforcement, and Latter-day Saints as well, so it's like trying to get the Mormon church to like take her seriously. She was trying for years to get attention on what her mother was doing off camera.
How did they get caught in the end? I can't remember how they got.
It was one of her younger brothers managed to get out of the house and walk to a neighbour's to ask for food because he was starving. Like, and the neighbour saw the state the kid was in, called the police. The police raided it, and they saw the actual shit show that was going on there.
Oh, it's mental,
Cages and shit.
So yeah, Ruby Franke is a monster of a person. She is very brutally abusive to her children. But it's seeing it from Shari's perspective, which is the bit that I didn't know. You know, all the stuff I didn't know. And there's just some really heartbreaking stuff there, like, you know, like, because Ruby is very egotistical and wants the world to love her and show this perfect version of her family. In the meantime, Shari's writing in a diary, "Why doesn't mummy love me?" You know, it's like shit like that. Like, Oodles, you couldn't read this because there's so much child sadness in this.
Yeah, it's not for me, mate. I watched that fucking like mini documentary with my wife. She should watch this because she's been following it for a long time.
Yeah,
and I was bawling my eyes out at some bloke's YouTube channel that I'd never heard of.
Yeah,
I can't deal with this. I don't like children being hurt.
No.
Sue me.
No, and that's fair enough. And like, this book won't be for everybody. I bought this because, one, I'm interested in the story of what happened, because I've followed. I hate family vlogging thing. I think it's the most cynical and abusive way to
me, it's the
use
same
family.
as like child pageantry.
Yeah, it's like the children don't have the ability to consent to being stars on film. And it does talk about the fact that like Ruby had weird social interactions because all of a sudden she was YouTube famous, and you know, having to navigate that in high school while everything that her family did was being put online.
On the documentary that I watched as well, they talked about a little bit of the YouTube side to it, where they never moderated. The comments were dirty. Men were like, "Those kids are hot." Ugh, no. I hate saying it, but they didn't moderate it. They loved it. It doesn't matter what clicks they were getting.
Yeah,
they were getting them.
But I mean,
and stuff.
I mean, there was even stuff like, you know, Shari was of such an age when they started with YouTube that Ruby made a video of when Shari got her first period. You know, it's like, that's not something to publicize for the poor Ben, you know?
Exploitation, innit?
It's so exploited. And so it's like, so I've been interested in people taking down family vlogging because it's a horrible, disgusting practice. And so then seeing this to me is a book that is kind of important to read that I'll never read again. You know, it's like,
yes.
And Shari's a good writer and she's engaging, and it's never woe is me, pity me, all this kind of thing, or like kind of unnecessarily calling out her mother. Like, there's plenty of times where she talks about what made Ruby happy and talks about times when she enjoyed spending time with Ruby as her daughter, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not like this fucking diatribe about her abusive mother, but she doesn't shy away from the bad stuff. While
it's
also
more matter of fact, isn't it?
It's very matter of fact, but she's got a very good writing style and it's very interesting to read. So I don't want to recommend this as like a, hey, this is a nice Sunday afternoon read. It's fucking not.
It's not a holiday at the beach book, is it?
No, I'm reading this at like fucking 2 chapters a week. Like, I'm putting other stuff between this and the other to save my mental health. But it's something that
Dungeon Crawler Carl.
There's so much of that. But there is something to me that feels like it's the right thing to do, to buy this book and to support Shari Franke, and because she's also, she hasn't taken custody of her brothers and sisters, but she is supporting them financially as best she can. But she's still a university student.
I might buy it for my wife to read because she'll read that.
Yeah, it's a good book, and I can't recommend it if you want a happy read.
Do they do a paperback? Because she's like me; she won't read a hard cover.
Paperback's coming soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a long book either. It's only about 250 pages in hardcover.
I just can't read hardbacks. It makes me sick.
Very Tory a hardback, isn't it?
It's just not comfortable. It's just not comfortable to. That's why people don't borrow me books. I destroy them.
Yeah. If you,
I annotate on books. I write on them and stuff.
Oh, you fucking pervert!
Scumbag, mate. I break spines.
Oh, what did you write on Gadget's book?
I've showed him it before. I showed him all my notes on it years ago.
He's like, furious.
Don't do that. I like things that I like, and I write on them, and like I'm at uni. It's weird. I'm a weirdo.
Yeah. Also, if you get the audiobook of that, it's read by Shari.
Oh, okay. That might be a bit more easy to stomach, actually, because it feels more like a tell-all podcast, doesn't it, in that?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's everyone, I believe, but what have our lovely listeners been up to?
Okay, well, first up we have Stig of the Dump.
Never heard of him.
No. Hola, mi amigos, ¿cómo están todos?
Oh, he's been in Spain for a minute, has he?
Dos cervezas, por favor.
Cerveza Crista. Sorry.
He sat in supermarché or supermarket, whatever they call it, and he's like, the crisp tastes just like ours.
Well, he's in Lanzarote, so you'll be going down to the cafe going, Ego et Chipo, por favor.
reading the Sun newspaper. See what's happening at home, darling.
Oh, look, they've got Sky Sports on here. It's like we're at home.
Like we're at home, egg and chips.
I tell you what, he will not be reading a copy of The Sun, I'll tell you that much.
True. Anyway, he says, as I'm not here this week, I thought I'd let you know what I would have talked about had I been there. Before I do that, I just want to give an honourable mention to Inglourious Bastards, which I watched on the plane journey over. Been ages since I watched it, and I've forgotten how good it is. Easily one of Tarantino's best, full of amazing performances. If any of our listeners haven't watched it yet, it's on Prime right now, and you need to watch it ASAP. It is an excellent film.
Yeah, you do.
Wait
He's
for the cream.
No, the basement scene in the pub basement scene, is one of the best cinematic scenes of all time.
I just like the concept of the bear Jew.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he comes out banging his baseball bat. Donny Askovich coming in at the home run, 4 minutes, smashing Nazi skulls. Let's go.
I just want to talk to the casting agent. So, how did you go about putting out a request in the trade papers for the largest Jewish man you can find?
It's Figgy, isn't it? What's his name? The director.
Eli Roth.
Eli Roth. Yeah. They told him to bulk
Large
up,
Jewish
and
man.
he went too far.
But the main thing I did this week was watch Until Dawn. Or more like Until Yawn.
They did a film, didn't they?
Talk about taking a game IP and making a film that bears no resemblance to the source material whatsoever. Jeez. Yeah, it's just like The Last of Us.
Season 2.
No.
The only thing linking this to the game is the name and them chucking in Peter Stormare as Dr. Hill. The reason for calling it Until Dawn is because these people have to survive till dawn without dying. Yes, okay.
That's not what the game was.
But if they don't, time resets and they start the night all over again, but with the memory of being killed. Basically, this is a fucked up Groundhog Day then.
Yeah.
That's not what happens in the game.
That's the impression I got from it.
Yeah, well, Stig said basically nothing like the game at all. Yeah,
the Wendigos in it.
So they've got Peter Stormare and the fact that they have to survive until the sun comes up. That's it. That's the only thing connecting it to the game. It ends up being
a loopy thing, was it? Though in the game,
no, there was no looping thing. It was all butterfly effect stuff.
Yeah, the Wendigos turned up at night. That was it.
Yeah. It ends up being a very run-of-the-mill horror with annoying young adults being killed in multiple ways. The deaths were the best thing about it, though. To be fair, with some being pretty fun and moments that subverted expectations. I guess if Sony were trying to make Until Dawn a franchise, this might make sense, but I don't think they are, and it very much feels like a very vapid cash-in on the IP name. I still think my idea of having several different films with different endings and surviving characters where audiences were shown different versions to make it more like the game would have been better. Well, alas, we got this, and I suggest people just don't bother. Adios, mucho love, Stig.
Do you know what? The Dark Pictures anthology would be fun as like a Twilight Zone type, like hour-long episodes or something.
Yeah, of course.
But I mean, that wasn't one of them, was it? It was one of the sort of feature length.
My favourite Dark Pictures is one when they're in Iraq.
That's the one that I haven't played.
I love that one. That's brilliant.
Yeah,
they actually got gun in that.
Yeah, because they went on to do Dark Pictures after they did Until Dawn, and then they randomly dropped the Quarry in there as well. Yeah,
the Quarry's its own thing, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, enjoy your holiday, Stig. Lee Davies has said, here's a question for you all. He's getting in on question doodles. He's fucking skipping the Patreons.
He's doing it. He's found a loophole.
It's broken the fourth wall.
I know.
Switch 2 is coming out this week, today, for all us listeners, so I thought I would ask what has been your favourite games on it. Well, it's not out yet, so we can't say what the Switch 2 is. Can't say what our favourite games on the Switch 2 are.
Mario Kart.
My favourite game on Switch 2 is probably going to be a game I've played loads of times on Switch 1.
What, Dragon Quest 11?
Dragon Quest 11, I can't wait to play. So this week I've been setting up all my digital games in them little game card things, ready for it. And first one I did was Dragon Quest 11. I thought, brilliant. I can rerun this game that I've played 4 million times.
You can never take the piss out of me for playing Skyrim for the 400th time.
Yeah, Dragon Quest 11's good. That's the
Skyrim.
difference. Skyrim's not good. Everyone has to play as an archer because it's so shit.
Anyway, not Skyrim talk. So he says there's obvious answers to the question, but I'm keen to hear what lesser known games have been highlights as well as the first party games. I'm talking about in Switch on general. I mean, most of the first party games I've played on Switch were excellent.
Yes.
Mario Odyssey in particular, I fucking adored. Breath of the Wild, yes. Tears of the Kingdom, no. I didn't like Tears of the Kingdom.
I prefer Breath of the Wild as well. I think Breath of the Wild is a much superior game. Astral Chain, I recommend that to anyone. If you've got a little bit of weeb in you.
Yeah, Monster Hunter Rise, that got a lot of Switch time from me.
I don't know how that game exists on that platform.
No, it should have melted the damn thing.
But it does.
Also, Monster Hunter Stories 2, I really enjoyed that as a JRPG.
Yeah, Stories 2 is a good game. Very good game. It's very Pokemon-y, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there are Pokemon games, I believe, but I need to get into them.
Hollow Knight,
if you want to know that unknown...
It's where I first played Hollow Knight.
Yeah, I was just about to say, your unknown stuff for that platform is your Hollow Knights, your Animal Wells, which is a modern unknown. No one's talking about Animal Well enough. There's a little game, I don't know if you've heard of it, called Balatro that runs really nice on the Switch. Really, really nice. And don't scoff at it, but it warms my heart, and I think Animal Crossing, I think it's brilliant. I know a lot of diehard Animal Crossing fans wanted more from it, but I like the little drip feed that it does.
There was a Metroidvania I played on the Switch, and I can't remember what it's called.
It's called The Mummy Demastered. You've got to play The Mummy Demastered.
Oh, was it Severed?
There's a few Ender Lilies, that's good.
Yeah, I think it might be Severed. Yeah, Severed. I played that on Switch.
Severed's good.
That was really good.
And
that wasn't a Metroidvania, though. That was something completely different. But
Severed's the first person.
Yeah. There was one. It was like something like Severance of Blood or something like that. I don't know. There was something. It involved a lot of blood and a lot of alien shit. I just can't remember what it's called.
The thing is with the Switch, right? It's a JRPG factory. It's a Metroidvania factory, but it's also got a lot of indie stuff on it that you don't realise they've done for it. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of the. I'm pretty sure they did a Firewatch part on Switch.
Oh, did they? I don't know.
I think they did.
Axiom Verge was a good one to play on Switch. I really enjoyed that.
2, especially.
Yeah, the Steam World games work really well on Switch.
Very well, yeah. Yeah, Steam World Heist. Yeah. Steam World Dig 1 and 2 is on there.
Yeah. Fuck, Metroid Dread, we talked about that earlier.
Metroid Dread.
Never
forget Slay the Spire runs perfectly on there.
Ritual of the Night, Bloodstained.
Yeah, there's fucking hundreds. It's a console that wasn't lacking in indie stuff and stuff that wasn't going to blow the console up.
No.
Don't play The Witcher 3 on Switch.
I played The Witcher 3 on Switch, and it got me through the start of the pandemic. Paradise Killer. I played that on Switch. That was really good. Banging soundtrack.
And Neon White.
Was that on Switch?
Oh,
yeah, that's where I played it, baby.
Oh, I played that on Steam Deck. But yeah, anyway, that's enough. Lots of Switch games for you to play, Lee David, even though we're not talking about that.
Does The Witcher 3 not run very well on that then?
It runs fine.
It runs fine. It just looked like you're playing it through Vaseline on the camera.
It looks like you need your glasses on.
It's like it's impressive that they got it going. I played through the main story in that because I'd never actually finished the main story when that came out. I played through it on Switch for some reason, and then I did the DLC on PC.
Because it's easy to hold, isn't it?
Yeah. But what I liked about it is that they had a cross-save thing where you could get your saves onto the PC version. So then, so I had all my gear when I went into the DLCs.
Did you go, fuck, this is what this looks like?
Yeah, my God, pixels. Frames.
Jesus Christ, look how shiny his abs are.
Yeah. Next up, King of the M62, it's Bobby Wayne.
Bobby Wayne.
Fresh back from his honeymoon at the services on T-Bay. He works on the motorways.
Okay.
Yeah. A up, Egypts. Been watching Last of Us Season 2. So, we're going to take a bet here before I continue this one. Biggie knows this because he's obviously he'll have read the feedback. But Candy and Noodles, did he like it? Did he dislike it?
Thumbs down, I reckon.
Noodles?
He's giving a thumbs up. I can see him in the shadow.
No, that's his cock.
Oh, it's so small.
Okay, so Bobby Wayne says, I've been watching The Last of Us Season 2. It was fucking brilliant.
Yes, mate.
It's had some hate for deviating from the story, but I think it was necessary to make it work for TV, and I've had no complaints. I also think Bella Ramsey does an amazing job with their portrayal of Ellie. I feel sorry for them and the hate they've gotten on the internet, especially after they were so popular for their performance in Game of Thrones. Oodles won't be happy. Next, he's gone on to say, I also watched a movie from 2021 on Netflix called Awake. It revolves around a strange event where all the power goes out and suddenly nobody can fall asleep.
Sorry, I needed a piss.
Okay. What did you think of what Bobby had to say?
He's wrong. But I love it.
Okay, so I'll go back to what I was saying. I also watched a movie from 2021 on Netflix called Awake. It revolves around a strange event where all the power goes out and suddenly nobody can fall asleep. The protagonist finds that her daughter can sleep and has to travel across the US to a research facility to find a cure. Is this the fucking Last of Us again? But with sleep.
He just loves it. He loves it. He bloody loves it.
He said, utter shite. The premise was great, but the storytelling and acting was piss poor. Literally the next day the world is falling apart, not because of the power outage, but because of a lack of sleep. It escalates too quickly and even has the obligatory religious cult that these low-budget disaster films seem to love installing.
Yeah, why is always a cult comes out of the woodwork when these things happen?
Something to do. There's nothing on telly.
I would love to see this concept explored with a competent team, though. As a shift worker, it's close to home. Is there anything from your lives that could be used as a movie concept?
Oh, boy.
Christ.
My drug abuse.
Carry on cruising.
I think that was actually a film.
Either.
It was.
Yeah, loads.
Southwest
mate. I mean, Bobby were there for most of mine. My worst moments. He'd be in it, played by Jason Statham.
It's a you need to look at. There was a music video that Jason Statham was in before he was an actor, where he's the dancer in it, and he is.
I've seen that.
He is greased up and hairless.
Oh,
so is Bobby Wayne.
But he is the only dancer in it, and he's screen mirrored across both sides of the screen, just fucking gyrating away, all shiny like.
He was an Olympic diver or something, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. But it's just someone post on Reddit. I was like, that's amazing. I need to find what the song is.
I've also seen posters, I should say that again, AI-made posters of Jason Statham in latest movies with the working titles of the characters he's portraying. One of them was HR manager, something like shelf stacker,
because
all these generic films
like
he's in.
He's and stuff, hasn't he?
The HR manager was
beekeeper. Yeah. Mike Holstetter said, after reaching the end of Dungeon Crawler Call Book 3, which was one hell of a train ride, I found another audiobook in a similar vein called He Who Fights with Monsters, a lit RPG by Travis Deverell, aka Shirtaloon. It follows Jason, who wakes up naked and completely bald-faced down in a hedge maze and has to figure out where he is and what's going on. Quote, it's not easy. Quote, it's not easy making the career jump from office supply store middle manager to heroic interdimensional adventurer. At least Jason tries to be heroic, but it's hard to be good when all your powers are evil. It doesn't have the same humour levels as Dungeon Crawler Carl, but it's a good listen nonetheless. We've started watching a TV show called Banshee, and it's fucking mental. A recently paroled thief played by Anthony Starr hunts down his former partner and finds her in a small town called Banshee. He takes the place of the newly appointed and conveniently never seen in person and freshly murdered sheriff, and then it's just shooting and shagging and there's boobs everywhere.
Oh.
Got my attention.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah. Tonal whiplash time. We took the kids to see the live-action Lilo and Stitch movie on Beck's birthday, and it's one of the best live-action adaptations Disney have done, in my opinion.
Is the boobs and shagging in that?
I would hope not.
Oh.
I can
I've
confirm.
never seen Lilo
no.
and Stitch. I thought it was Lilo and Stitch me. That's how fucking out of the loop I am. But with Lilo, you know them things you lay on that Stig's probably laid on right now. Listen to this.
Yeah. In Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I'm now level 51, and I've just signed up for the Olympics after the champion fell off the docks and got eaten by a shark. The fucking moron.
I love that. That's so funny, that bit. That's so
Happens all
good.
the time.
And then he finished off
Odyssey's
saying,
a good game.
and he finished off saying, how good was the Champions League final? I mean, good enough that
So
the French
good.
have destroyed Paris. So, you know.
It was fun. That's why I was out last night. Well, yesterday, all day. It was good.
They smashed it.
Xenos has been on. This week I started a rather charming game called Cassette Beasts. I was sold on this by listening to part of the soundtrack. If you look up the song Like Chimeras, if you're curious. Short version is, it's a monster collection and battling RPG, a lot like Pokemon, but with a few differences. Firstly, none of the randomness in your stats from natures and hidden values. Secondly, you don't catch monsters in arbitrarily shaped thrown capsules that Nintendo apparently has a patent on. You record them to cassette tapes. And thirdly, you don't send the monsters into battle, you play the recorded tape back to transform yourself into the monster, allowing you to lay the smackdown on the local wildlife yourself through the power of 80s technology.
It's cool.
I'm into that. I'm not very
I like
far.
set piece. It's good.
I'm not very far in right now, just out of the intro, but I'm really enjoying this so far. I've been looking for a game that hits all the Pokemon notes for a while now, and this is absolutely nailing the feel of one despite its differences. You work with NPC partners constantly and can fuse your monster forms together to create much stronger ones for harder battles, which is a really nice touch compared to some of the gimmicks. Compared to some of the gimmicks Game Freak would have added in the more recent games. And the island you're on is pretty open world as long as you're careful not to wander into a region that's way out of your league. The type matchup system is significantly more complicated than do more or less damage, with a massive range of buffs and debuffs coming out of it. And the type list includes things like plastic, glass, and astral, in addition to your classic earth, air, fire, and water. There's also no money, for reasons the game explains. It works on a barter economy, so if you want more cassettes to record monster forms into, you better go out and beat up some plastic hermit crabs for their shells for the cafe owner to convert into tapes. Highly recommend to anyone who's enjoyed the other Pokemon games, but it's definitely aimed at an older audience. It's on most platforms that aren't made by Sony, sorry PlayStation folks, and that includes iOS and Android if you don't have a fully compatible computer or console.
It's on Switch as well.
Yeah.
Who's playing that? Sorry, I didn't catch who's playing it.
Xenos.
Yeah. If you carry on,
It's definitely
Xenos,
her kind of game, isn't it?
I like, again, I'm not a fay with the Pokemon world, but I was told to play Set Beast by, I can't remember who it was, but somewhere down last year. And it launched really poorly, like there were a lot of bugs and stuff, but then they did a massive patch of a month. And it's not super long, but it's something that like she can get into. Like, she does love a build. She does love, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's a bit like me. She likes a stat. Let's be fair. You like a stat.
Big stat lass.
Yeah, big stat lass.
Big stat
And
energy.
I'm big stat energy as well. So it was Cassette Beast that made me think, should I go back and play Pokemons? And I think I will when the Switch 2 turns up. I think I'll go and play some Pokemon.
Okay. Last up,
I really like Cassette Beast.
Last up, we have Big Boomerang Angry Kurt. The past 2 weeks
coming
gaming,
back.
the past 2 weeks gaming wise, I've been mainly playing Doom. That was until Wednesday last week, where I came across a bug on Chapter 13 preventing me from progressing, which is a crying shame. I was really enjoying the game.
Yeah.
Devastating.
Broke my heart, this. Broke my heart.
So whilst I wait for that to get patched, I started Expedition 33. It's early days
Never
yet.
heard of it.
It's early days yet, and so I'll have more thoughts for the next podcast, but so far I'm liking it. Particularly the battle system, which is a lot deeper and more fun than previous turn-based games I've played, like Pokemon and Yakuza Like a Dragon. Yeah, there's a lot to it. Film-wise, I watched Babylon. As you know, Whiplash is my favourite film of all time, and La La Land is in my top 10 films. I even like First Man, so needless to say, I'm a big fan of Damien Chazelle's work. And yet had yet to watch Babylon due to its poor reception and its length. I wouldn't say hated it, but I wouldn't say it's good either. It has some great moments, and themes about chasing your dreams resonate deeply with me, but it's too long and had some content which disgusted me a bit, but I am a prude.
I don't remember Babylon. What's that one?
I fucking hated Babylon.
What was it again?
Hollywood people fucking, mostly.
And sniffing and injecting and smoking
Stig reviewed it,
and
didn't he?
having parties. I fucking hated it. I thought it was terribly shot.
TV-wise, other than a rewatch of White Lotus Season 2, lad's obsessed, I've finished the second season of The Last of Us. Any criticisms I have are the same as Oodles and Stig, but unlike them, I preferred it to Season 1.
What?
I also started The Studio, and it's as good as everyone says. It's really funny, and I like how each episode is really tightly put together due to the shorter running time. Yes. Finally, I also finished Season 3 of The Bear. I thought it was good, with some really great standout episodes, but quite a step down from the first two series. I hope everything is resolved in Season 4 this month. Me too, I want that to be the last season of it.
End it. Yeah, end it, absolutely. But yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying The Studio as well, and I was talking to somebody about this earlier. These tight 35-minute shows and stuff seem to be hitting me better, these. I'm kind of enjoying them a lot. I don't know what it is.
Well, we've got to carry on because for this short episode that we promised ourselves, we're currently 2 hours and 18 into the recording. In the world of books, I finished the Duncan Ferguson autobiography, and I've now gone back to The Gentleman Bastards with the second book, Red Skies Under Red Seas. It's utterly fantastic so far and about a quarter in. The first book was great, but this is a step up. The situations Locke and Jean are getting into, I don't know how they're going to get out of, but I can't wait to find out. If I had one critique, is that there's still a lot of words and phrases unique to that universe that I've forgotten, and I've forgotten what they mean and can sometimes be overly descriptive, but that's more of a personal preference. Yeah, it's a great book. All 3 of the Gentleman Bastards books are excellent, actually.
If it makes you feel better as well, Kurt, because you all keep telling me, I used my credit this month for The Lies of Locke Lamora.
You'll love it.
So let's see.
I still need to listen to that as well.
I used my credit. I thought, fuck it, these guys have been bugging me.
Yeah, mine's been in my library. I tried to listen to it on a flight home and kept falling asleep.
I never let a credit overlap either. I have to finish it before the next credit. You know what I'm like?
I know what you're like.
It's not going to overlap, so that will be finished before the 1st of next month. Because I got it today. We are recording on the 1st of June, by the way. But yeah, cool. As always, links to all our extracurricular activities are in our show notes. Please consider becoming a patron because we've got lots of stuff already available and a lot of plans in store. We're moving things around. We've got a lot of things coming. It's going to be great. Yes, bear with us, please. It is holiday season for some of us. Sometimes people won't be on the episodes and stuff. We will be getting guests back this year. A few people have messaged me saying, you've not had any guests this year. We will be having guests. Guests are incoming. Stop getting on at me. Fucking hell. On June the 6th, we will be hosting a live talks-over of the Summer Games Fest starring Jeff Cocaine Keighley. And it's going to be at 10:45.
Yep. Twitch.tv/Modern Escapism.
That's the one.
Brushing the cobwebs off as we speak.
Yeah, does it still exist?
It still exists.
It's going to be his first talks over in a while. I think me and you did a PlayStation event earlier in the year, didn't we?
Back into last year. One of the boring ones.
But the thing is with a Jeff Fest, we're not there to be critics of games. We're there to watch Jeff. Because we love a bit of Jeff. It's
We've got to critique the suit, the shoes, the haircut,
sure, yeah.
the crowd. Is he going to have security this time again? Are they going to stand there and not let anyone past?
Kojima.
Kojima's turning up. It's going to be great. It's a Friday night. Few drinks, and it's going to be fine. It's going to be
Get
fine.
down with Jeff.
Jeff Fest. It is the new E3. Like it or lump it. That's what you're getting. Let's get on with Candyland.
And now, what's up in Candyland?
I will preface this by saying, please don't bully me. So this isn't an observation this week.
Mate, I'm a feminist. I bully women as well.
Yeah, well, so, I've been living in VR recently.
Yeah.
There's a VR festival taking place next week, which piqued my interest. Before I tell you the name, let me tell you what's going on during this festival. So there's presentations, a full schedule of live presentations on art, avatars, photography, technology, and beyond. Sounds pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Panels, talks on specialist subjects, anecdotes, Q&As, and community leaders.
Love a panel.
4 days of mind-blowing multimedia genre DJ sets made especially for this convention, online experience.
I know what it is before you even go any further.
That sounds
I bet it's to do
fantastic.
with,
Very professional.
and I bet it's something to do with having a tail.
It's
a furry
virality.
convention.
Virality.
I knew it was.
Oh my
Look, I know. Right, I said this other week because since you started, I said she's going to turn into a furry soon, and now she's off to a fucking furry festival.
Look at you.
You can't even look at me in eye, can you, mate? You can't even look at me in eye.
Gandhi
What
Metal
have you
Name Machine. What have you done?
Oh my god! I know. Well, here's the thing.
Whoa. Okay, hang on a second. How long away is this?
Wait. Let me find
He's
out.
going.
5th of June, I
No,
think.
no,
Yeah,
no,
5th
no,
to the
no.
8th of June. 5th to the 8th of June.
Oh, okay.
You've done your avatar already, haven't you?
I haven't done my avatar. No. So this
I
is
don't
the thing.
believe it.
I had to go on their
don't believe
Discord.
it.
I had to go on the Discord and say,
She's in a
listen,
furry Discord gadget.
listen, fur friends. I am not a furry. I'm a fur ally. Do I have to wear a fursuit to come? And they were like, that's fine. You don't have to be a furry, but yes, we do require a fursuit. So I now have to find a furry
So the
avatar.
gatekeeping as well.
I have to find a furry avatar. So they don't
Oodles,
think
this
that's
is
a thing.
amazing.
This is on their
'Cause I'm-
website.
I cannot wait to see
Let
this.
me have a look at this website.
The thing is,
Let me have
I'm
a
genuinely not
fucking
taking the
look.
piss out of them, though. I'm
I
genuinely
know you're not.
interested
I
about-
know you're not.
Look at him.
But like, there are genuine. There's live performances by people that are actually playing their instruments live, and then they're streaming it. But because most people, like most of the bigger VR people, they have like full body tracking and face tracking and everything. So it's literally like watching an
Tail
actual
tracking
show.
and that, yeah?
Yeah, and DJ sets and everything.
It's asking me, do I trust this link from now on? No.
I don't.
Probably not.
They also have Ferality Fitness monthly workouts held in VR
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah, there's
So
all
Candy,
sorts.
what you're asking us is, what animal are you?
I don't know. It might be kitsune. So I'll see what there is.
I think you're a fox.
Yeah, well, that's a kitsune. So
know,
I'll show
I
you.
know.
I'm going to go searching for an avatar this evening, so I'll let you know. I'll maybe let you judge which one you
I
think is the
can't
best.
believe this is happening after all these years of knowing each other.
Do you
What
have to be
happens when we turn
muted
up to a
when you go
podcast
as well?
this year and she's got a fucking tail on?
I'm going to wear my fursuit.
And she sat there in a fucking litter tray having a shit.
The worst part for you as well, Candy, is that because of the timing of it, because in the US, like I'm looking at the schedule, like things start at midnight.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, she's a nocturnal
fine.
fox. That's what
It's
she.
fi- it's
Be a
fine.
werewolf. Be a werewolf.
It is a charity event, though, so I mean, it's not all bad.
I'm not. Look, I don't yuck anyone's yums, and I'm not against it. I just predicted this from day fucking one. I knew it was going to happen.
So
Look, if you get your rocks off by looking like a wolf, fair play.
Oh, they're not
Into
hurting
it.
anyone, are they? They're furries.
Are they
They're
hurting?
quite a
They're not
wholesome
hurting anyone at
community, from
all.
what I understand.
Well,
They're not dangerous. They're not like incels or anything.
no.
So Candy, will you be attending the Fox meetup, the Plushy Toy Box meetup, or the Chonk Furs meetup?
It's going to
Ooh,
have to be the chunk furs, probably, isn't it?
Chonk furs. I'm into
Yeah.
that.
Or there's
Furs.
the By Pan Furries meetup, the Barely Awake Ursa Day meetup
That might be the one.
for bear people.
Gadget, shall we crash it and put his headsets on?
No, I don't.
So we turn up.
I don't know if I'd have the heart to take the piss, if I'm perfectly honest. But
I
I
don't
wouldn't
think
be
I
able
want
to.
to attend any meetups, but I do want to see some of the live events because I am, like I said, I'm genuinely interested in how it all works. Just don't talk.
This
to
is a
me.
massive revelation this year. I knew this year was going to bring something. This is bigger than Becky. This is bigger than Becky.
I think we need to go around Candy's flat and just double check on the old carbon monoxide thing. She's gone a bit peculiar since she moved house.
I can't wait while we're podcasting and she starts getting a fur ball.
I don't think Candyland ever disappoints. And
It does not.
this is just an utter joy.
Can we get
listening
some
to these.
feedback from the listeners on Candy coming out as a furry, please?
Okay.
I
This
haven't come out as a furry yet, but maybe after this weekend.
this one here. I promise you, I'm not taking the piss. I'm trying to parse the words together. So it's another one of these
Yes.
meats. Airplane dragon / aeromorph meat.
What is that?
Airplane dragon.
Are they like robot furries?
I don't know. It sounds like an Armored Core thing, though, doesn't it? An aeromorph.
Is that what I am? An aeromorph?
Let's have a look at. I'm going to search for air.
Yeah, calling all aircraft furries.
I shouldn't laugh. Why am I laughing? It's not
Oh
fair.
yeah, they are.
What the fuck is
So
that?
people that identify as aeroplanes and like,
Yeah, they look like.
Do they have Brazilian landing strips?
Probably.
They probably have docking systems, don't they?
Promise, I'm not taking the piss out of subculture. This is a lot of stuff that just kind of hit me.
It's beautiful.
It's just new to us, isn't it? It's just surprising and new.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. Beautiful. Man, I'm a freaky guy. I am a freaky guy. I'm into some strange shit, so I'm oh my to judge.
I mean, there is one of the meetup called cooking furs, and I kind of think that cooking in the fursuit's not a really bad idea.
You don't want to be
yourself.
Mate, if you work at McDonald's, you have to wear a beard net. Never mind having furry hands.
Well, this is why it's in VR, you see. Virality Cyber Connection, what's that?
I don't know, and I hope you can review the festival. I am actually glad that you're going. You're like our little undercover person.
I'll send pictures. I'm like Louis Theroux, aren't I, of the fur world?
You are like Louis Theroux.
Louis Theroux?
That's where we'll end it, because I can't believe this. This is amazing. I'm so glad that you're now a furry. This is beautiful.
There's your pod
This
title.
has ticked another one of his equality boxes, I think.
Yeah, we had Xenos coming out a few weeks ago, and now we've got Candy coming out.
We just need a person of colour, and then we're sorted. We are sorted as a podcast.
We are the whitest podcast in the world, though.
Yeah. We need.
I mean, Candy's practically see-through.
Yeah.
Go.
No.
Thanks for listening. If you're a Patreon, we'll see you in the green room in a second after digesting these revelations. See you next time.
Bye.